I am live. Hello, everyone. Today, aka day two. I know it's been a few more days, just day two, but it's day two of Dreamcasting for Survivor Season 50, and this is where I'm finally going to do the brand steal. I got not character. I got ChatGPT to give me three random tribe names because um, as we saw last time, I failed to spell second because I was tired. And yeah, we're not doing that again. So um, let's begin. No, so on our tribes, we have three tribes of six. These are all just people who I wanted to bring back for whatever reason. And before we begin, we're just going to talk about some of the pre-game relationships we've got going on here. We're also going to talk about just how I feel about this season. Obviously, this is Survivor Karong theme with the BRANTSTEELE format. Another thing to talk about is I don't know if this is going to be a good season. Hopefully it is, because if it's not, then we're all going to find out. That'd be a disappointment. But anyways, so on our first tribe, we have the Endurance Eats. We have Brett from Samoa. We have Sydney from Karong. We have Sash from Nicaragua. We have Stacy from, Jesus, what's her season? Fiji. We have Stephanie Valencia from Redemption Island. We have Tracy from Micronesia. We have Alicia from the same season as Sydney, Karong. We have Banu from 46. We have Dominic from season 36, Ghost Island. We have JD from Survivor 43, I think. No, 41. 41. Sorry, guys. 41. We have LJ from Survivor 28, aka Cargion. We have Victoria from Survivor Edge of Extinction. I believe that's season 20. No, that's season 30, 38. 38. Yes. On our second tribe, we have Legacy Legends. As I said, Alicia, Bono, Dominic, JD, LJ, and Victoria. And on our third tribe, the Victory Vanguard, we have Dan from Jesus, what season? David vs. Goliath. Season 37. We have Desiree from season 36, Ghost Island, same as Dominic. We have Figgy, or Jessica Figaro, from Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X, aka my favourite Survivor season. We have Caleb from Survivor 45. We have Marissa from Blood vs. Water, so that's fun. And we have Q from the most recent season, Survivor 46. So, overall, I'm personally super pumped for this. And yeah, let's begin. I also want to say I think Marissa is, I believe, from Survivor Season 22. That might be wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to remember on the top of my head, guys. Alright, anyways. So yeah, that is the cast. I know you might be thinking, there's a lot of decent pre-game relationships here. And to that I say, that's gonna happen, but don't worry, I didn't, create a connection or any of that. I didn't mess with any of the relationships, haven't touched those at all. So, either way, we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully, this is good TV, I'm not really sure. I guess we can talk about each player quickly and how I think they would do if this was a real season and this was the cast. So to start off with, for Brett, obviously, I mean, it's been over a decade since Samoa, so I feel like Brett is the type of person where, I don't even know if the dude watches the show anymore. Maybe I should have done some research about it before, but, honestly, this is just dreamcasting, I'm gonna assume they all want to be here and all want to play, because otherwise, that's boring. Otherwise, this is not a dream. That's the whole point of called dreamcasting for Survivor 50. Anyways, I think I don't know how Brett would go, but we'll see. I think for Sydney, okay, the second person on this, yes. I mean, look, she had such an emotional journey the first time, right, with her mum, and she was such a big character, or at least from my perspective. And you're like, my God, to see her get another chance after the fire making would really just be amazing, just to see that, And anyways, we've got Sash, a using finalist from his first season after playing a pretty strong game. Like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I did hear a lot about how, socially Sash wasn't as connected to people and did a bad job socially. I can't talk about that. I can only talk about what I saw in the episodes. And what I saw in the episodes was good gameplay for the most part. Next, we have Stacy. She literally was the person who created the Let's Vote for the person who has who's the actually to have the idol played on them. So Stacy literally created one of the main strategies people use to get people voted out, when it comes to maneuvering around idols and stuff. So of course I wanted her back. I wanted her to, get her redemption, because if she can create that the first time she plays, imagine a decade later what she's capable of, I think that's definitely something we could see. Next, we have Stephanie Valencia. The thing with Stephanie is, one, I mean, let's be honest, she kind of carried Redemption Island. Who else is going to be on this? I don't know. I think, in my opinion, Stephanie's just a personal favorite of mine because she was so relatable. Her shit-talking her tribe. Normally, I don't condone shit-talking, but when it comes to, this, I thought it was funny, she was real, and she was what kept her tribe from not being born. The rest of her tribe, no shade to them, but gameplay wise, it was pretty boring. But she makes shit interesting. She's like, I want to play with Russell, which you could say was a bad move, which ended her game. But honestly, I mean, I respect it. Next, we have Tracy from Survivor Micronesia. Oh my God. Yeah, she was a powerhouse. I mean, she literally was in a 7-3 minority, and she beat that. That's impressive. Obviously, she was gonna continue running her swap trap had Chet not decided to leave the game, which put her in the minority essentially, and then she got voted out, which sucks. So yes, I would love to see Tracy back, and that's why she is back for Dream season, because in the Survivor community, Tracy does get mentioned a decent amount, but I think for me, it's just something where it's like, Tracy's probably never going to come back. So the least I can do is get her on my screen. Next, we have Alicia. And look, I understand Alicia's a pre-merge boot, but she's honestly entertaining as. Just, I don't know. I just thought she was funny. I watched there was a 20-minute best moments thing on YouTube I saw of her, and I was like, I gotta add her. And then we've got Banu. I mean, it's obvious why I added Banu, right? I mean, Banu literally. I think another thing with Alicia is she got put on a trial with a bunch of people who cared about challenge strength, and hopefully this doesn't repeat the same cycle, because she was yeah, I'm trying, and people who were just kind of, I don't want to say being dicks to her, but probably weren't treating her the best, and it kind of gives her an underdog edit of last time. I kind of got shat on this time. I'm gonna, I don't know, I think there was more story for her for Alicia's story, more of a storyline essentially. As I said, Vanu. I mean, bro, literally got on his knees and started begging the people, "Take me, please don't put me off. Take me, please don't put me off." I don't, I don't understand, but also, thank you. I don't know. Regardless of how he played the game, it was entertaining, And that's what we really care about when we watch Survivor. I know for me, gameplay is my number one priority. Playing the best strategic game is important. But like, it is these moments where people are desperate and at their lowest, and you just all at their highest. And it's a fun thing, Survivor's relatable because everyone's in most of the time, almost everyone's on the bottom, and that's the same in life. Like, people are struggling in life and they go through shit, and sometimes they don't make it out. But either way, I was like, come on, let's bring back Banu. Anyway. Next, we have Dominic. I mean, he played one hell of a strong game in Ghost Island. Let's be real. I don't care how the jury voted. Wendell totally deserved his win, but I definitely feel like Dominic has something he has to prove. There's always that chip on his shoulder of that one vote. It's that. To me, if I was Dominic, I would be that is something that I'm gonna be thinking about for forever, right? So now that he's done that, hopefully he can fix his past, Anyway, fun story. Next we have JD. Money who, bro? I don't even know, but either way, Shan's not back this season to vote you off, JD. So hopefully JD can win the actual money, because that'd be entertaining, right? If she actually won the season. Could you imagine? But no, either way though, I mean, JD obviously played kind of, I don't want to say bad, but I think we all know he made some mistakes his first time he played. But overall, I mean, he's a fun character, he's likable, and that's what I want to see on my TV, so I brought him back. Next, we have LJ. Oh my god. What the heck? I don't know. I think whenever people think about Kagian, they always think about, Spencer, Tasha, Tony, Cass. Whoa. I feel like some of these other characters who aren't as mentioned in the Survivor community should be brought up more often. LJ, for example. Bro was Yoki running his original tribe. And I think, everyone kind of forgets that. To be fair, he was on a tribe with people who... Well, that's not the point. Point is, I want to see what he can do without Tony. Now that he's being burned by someone like Tony the first time, hopefully he can learn from his mistakes. Next, we have Victoria. The thing with Victoria is, Gavin, I'm voting for you, man. It's and then she doesn't vote for him. And then afterwards, she was like, oh yeah, I was just saying that as a purely to get people to target Gavin. It's it's holy shit! Gavin was your closest friend out there. That's hardcore, but also mad respect. I mean, she played one hell of a game her original season. Let's be honest. To be fair, Edge of Extinction is one of those seasons where I classify it as a broken season where yeah, obviously I'm not really a fan of the whole people coming back into the game and leaving and stuff, but at the end of the day, I mean, she's back and I like her, and it's not often we see Rangers on Survivor, so yeah. She's a strong woman, put it that way. So I thought, why not? She's fun. And then next we have Dan. Oh my god, from David vs. Goliath. Oh my god. One of the reasons why I hated David vs. Goliath for the longest time was because of the way Dan went out. I was livid. I was so pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This dude got eliminated after playing an idol correctly because someone found a nullifier. What the fuck is a nullifier? Even now, no shade to Carl, but I think a nullifier is one of the most bullshit twists in Survivor history. And I'm gonna have to talk about this in another live stream where for twists and twist rankings and stuff. The nullifier. Oh my god, that was a horrible twist. It was so bad. And then we started off with like Pat being eliminated, and that was also kind of rough with the whole Manatee evacuation. And then B quit the game, and then yeah, I don't know. For me, it was kind of like, and the one person I didn't want to win that season, Nick, at the time of watching when I was younger, won the season, and I was like, oh, this is the shittest season of all time. But in hindsight, I was wrong. There are definitely worse seasons, but it's interesting because like I notice about community hype puts it up to such a high standard. Like David Risky is such a high regarded season in the community, but at the same time, I just want Dan back. I want Dan back. Look, do I think Dan was going to win Survivor? Probably not. Do I think that Dan will ever come back? I don't know, maybe. Regardless, if I was Dan, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I deserve a second chance. And I think everyone feels that way, right? Like, almost out of anyone in Survivor US, I think Dan is one of the most screwed over people based on literally something that was out of his control. He didn't even notice advantage existed. How can you avoid an advantage that you don't know exists? And I think that is something where it's like, I can relate to that on so many levels. It's like, he literally played his idol. But lucky for Dan, in my BRANTSTEELE, in my dream season, he will not be doing this. I also want to say my dream season, but I made it 18, even though if it was my dream season, I'd do 20 people. And if it also was my dream season, it would be a final 2, not a final 3. But we're doing a final 3 because that's what CBS would do. And it's basically my dream season with a few adjustments, but pretty much the same thing. Next, we have Desiree. Look, I think Desiree has some beef with Survivor, all right? I think Desiree has some beef with Survivor. Whether it's with production, I don't know, or whether it's with just, like, the way she went out. I think there's some fun storylines, especially if Dominic comes back, one of the people who got her eliminated. I think there's definitely that tension of, like, we're friends, but also, like, I'm going to get you before you get me, which could be a fun dynamic going into this hypothetical season. I think another thing is, like, I don't know, I just like Desiree as a person and the character, so put her in. Next, we have Viggy or Jessica. So many people compare people to Parvati. I don't really care if someone's the next Parvati. What I really care about is, are they entertaining? And the question was, yeah, Viggy's entertaining. When I originally watched Survivor Me and vs. Gen X, I hated Viggy, obviously, because I was a Smosh fan. I liked Mari. However, in hindsight, as you guys know, as I've said it multiple times, Survivor Me vs. Gen X is my favorite Survivor season. Debatably out there. I don't know. I think there's 1 or 2 fan-made Survivor seasons that are ahead of it. But when it comes to the US version of Survivor, it is easily my favorite Survivor season. Just because I love Adam's storyline. But anyways, point is, I just thought it was hilarious how a showmix was running the younger tribe. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is so real. Like, oh my god. Like, I was so devastated when Mari got eliminated instead of her first tribal, but in hindsight, like, I say first tribal, but first millennial tribal council, but in hindsight, it was so good. It was so good, you know? Like, yeah. Like, I don't support high school energy, but in like reality TV, I kind of dig the whole high school energy. I don't think you should play like it's high school, but I do like the whole it's us versus them and they're the cool kids and fuck them sort of energy. And I thought Biggie was a strong player, and I think that Biggie definitely could have done some more damage in the game had she not been attached to Taylor and someone like Adam wasn't out there, you know. But anyways, we'll see how she does since Adam is not here. Taylor is also not here, so hopefully she can get out of the whole I'm in a showmance thing. Next we have Caleb. Caleb's from the UU users tribe, alright guys? One of the worst tribes in Survivor history. But at the same time, like, I mean, not only did the way Caleb go out was just devastating, because it kind of wasn't his fault. Like, in a way, he was just kind of trying to save his own ass the previous round with the whole J tribal by calling out D, Julie, and J, because he thought he didn't really know what the dynamics actually were in the tribe. So he was just kind of saying what he hoped, what he thought they were, because he knew he was a target, because Emmy had told him, hey, everyone's lying to you, everyone wants you gone. Like, either way, I don't really care. Caleb is one of the most likable people I've ever seen on Survivor, and I like the dude. The way he went out was shit. Like, in hindsight, it's fine. Like, I get it, but like, as a fan, you are rooting for Emmy and Caleb, and I think without Emmy in the season, and without the whole users, hopefully he can start a new, how do I say it? Hopefully he can, like, what's the word, guys, when you like start something new and you rebuild? I don't want to say redecorate, but like, you get what I mean. Like, he's trying to start something. Hopefully he can fix it, basically. Hopefully he doesn't go to the same every fucking tribal council sort of shit, but we'll find out. Next, we have Marissa. Marissa was so early caught in Blood vs. Water, but like, and because of a gender alliance as well, which I don't really care for gender alliances. Like, I understand how gender biases do change to Survivor, and I will definitely talk about that on another stream or podcast. But now I just think, I mean, she's infamous for saying "fuck you, Brad Culpepper." Like, okay, that's shit. On a Redbubble, guys, I brought one of my mates a hat that said "fuck you, Brad Culpepper," with Marissa on there, like, pointing at the thing, pointing at Brad up from like the, how the fuck do I describe the benches, and I brought this hat of Redbubble that had that logo and like her on it, and it said that, and it was really funny when I gave it to him, because he's like, what are you doing? But anyways, next we have Q. Q is, how do I describe Q? Oh my god, Q is definitely a character. Everyone had something to say about Q last season, right? I mean, obviously he's fucking Q. Everyone was like, this dude sucks, this dude's great, this dude's whatever. He creates drama. He did a lot of shit that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. He did a lot of shit that did make a lot of sense. Regardless, I'm curious to see how it turns out after his arc on 46. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it's interesting. Either way, I thought he was fun, even though obviously at times he did frustrate me. But that's the same with everyone, right? You're not always going to yak someone 100% of the time. But yeah, overall, I mean, Q's a character. He's a cool dude. So, and he created the Q skirt, which like, I showed that to my brother, and he literally looked at me, and he went, yeah, like, what the fuck? So, I mean, hey, at least it's spreading around. So, let's begin episode 1. Status. Okay, status page. Yes. The reason and target on. Relationship hut on. And, okay, hold up. Oh, am I gonna do quits at medevacs? I really don't like quits or medevacs, but I don't want to interfere with the season, so I won't. Hopefully, it doesn't impact, but we'll find out. If we're trying to not rig the season, then. So we start on the Endurance CH tribe, aka Tribe Orange, and we have relationship highlights. Tracy doesn't like Stacy. Oh my god, that's funny. Stephanie and Brett feel a mutual dislike toward each other. Brett and Stacy feel a mutual dislike toward each other. Oh wow, this truck just like fucking hates each other. Like, okay. We have Stephanie and Sash feel a mutual bond, well, slight bond with each other. Stacy and Sydney feel a mutual slight dislike toward each other. Sash and Brett feel a slight dislike toward each other. Tracy and Stephanie bond. Tracy doesn't like Brett. Stephanie and Sydney don't like each other. Sydney and Brett like each other. So from the looks of it looks like Stephanie and Sash seem to be together. And then Sydney and Brett seem to be together. But yeah, I don't know. So it seems to be those two sort of pairings and then two other people who are just kind of there. On the Legacy Legends, no one has anything. LJ and Dominic don't like each other. LJ and Banu don't like each other. So basically, Banu and Dominic have a slight bond towards each other. Basically, LJ's just not bonding with the guys who he probably should be. I say should be because, I thought he was on the same thing, but whatever. Hold up, guys. Give me a second. Oh my god. Hold up. Hold up, guys. Wait a sec. I'm just checking something. There seems to be only 2 girls. 4. Oh, I didn't do even. My apologies. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't subconsciously. Whatever. So there's 1 tribe with 3 girls and 3 guys, and then there's 2 tribes. There are 2 other tribes. One of them has 4 girls and 2 guys, and one of them has 4 guys and 2 girls. Anyways. So we continue on. And Q. Oh, wait, we skipped too far. Okay, relationships, as I said. Okay, yep. Victoria and Dominic, mutual bond. JD and Barney. Oh, well, JD feels good with Barney, or a bond. Victoria and Alicia feel a dislike toward each other. Dominic and Alicia. Okay, they don't like each other. Victoria and LJ bond slightly. LJ and Alicia dislike each other. Bano and Alicia dislike each other. And on Victory Vanguard, Q and Figgy feel a mutual dislike towards each other. Marissa and Figgy feel a dislike towards each other. Marissa and Kaya feel a dislike towards each other. Oh my god. That's what I feel slight dislike towards Q. Marissa and Dan feel a slight bond. So basically, Marissa is already off to a horrible start. Caleb and Desiree have a mutual bond towards each other. Biggie and Desiree bond. Desiree and Dan don't like each other. And we come to the immunity challenge, and Legacy Legends win immunity. They also win a fire-making kit, and Endurance Elite wins immunity. They also win Fiend. So that means the tribe going to tribal is the Victory Vanguard. Spicy. No advantages on this one. Banu finds the Legacy Idol. Well, the Legacy Legends in the Immunity Idol. it can be combined with another idol to form the super idol. Banu has a major meltdown after finding the Hinamili idol. I'm assuming he had a meltdown because he's trying to hide the fact that he found the Hinamili idol, but I don't know. I mean, last time Banu freaked the fuck out, he went on his knees and started saying, so I don't really know, but Banu already making quick work after being a minority last season. I used in Victoria have a small fight. It has a lasting impact. Well, that's nice. Okay. That I mean, I guess there won't be a Gillian from that tribe, or at least not with those two. So next week, okay. So Victory Banger. This is the Chaos tribe. Well, not Chaos. This is the tribe that lost. Dan finds the idol. It can be combined to form a super idol. So Dan once again has an idol. Surprise, surprise. This time his idol is more powerful than his last idol. That's good, and there's no nullifier to take it away from him, so that's even cooler for him. Well, to take it away, but really, I mean to totally fuck over his game. Anyways, next we have the events. Dan and Figgy bond. So they are probably friends, probably not a showmance. I mean, maybe they are, I don't know. There isn't really a showmance option for this, so I guess we're just going to have to get, creative. Desiree's injured, but gets treated, but can stay in the game. Well, that's awful right before a tribal council, because your tribe's gone tribal, and in the new era, people care about challenges, even if they shouldn't, which I could go on a whole rant about this, and I will go on a whole rant about this another day. I don't care for challenges. When I'm watching Survivor, I don't care. Challenges are the most boring part of the episode for me. I normally, I don't skip it, but I do kind of be like, well, I can kind of predict what's going to happen based on music. But anyways, hopefully that injury doesn't just fuck Desiree over, but we'll find out. I mean, she seems sort of connected to people, but we'll find out. So the targets, she was targeting Dan, considers Dan a challenge liability. I mean, I have no comment. I wasn't there. I didn't see the challenge. And even if I did, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Caleb is telling Desiree, considers Desiree challenge liability. I mean, that's totally valid considering how Desiree literally just got injured. Probably not the best thing. Dan is telling Marissa, Dan has a slightly negative opinion about Marissa and considers her a little weak. Okay, well, my advice to Dan in this season would be stay off Twitter. Because, when someone calls someone weak, normally Twitter doesn't respond the best to it. Anyways, that's interesting. 3 different targets. I'm not too surprised that Dan is telling Marissa, as we guys saw before. Dan and Marissa didn't really bond that well, so that kind of makes a lot of sense. Desiree is targeting Q. Desiree has a slightly negative opinion about Q and considers him a little weak. So this tribe is just fucking... They're all just like, you're the weakest. No, you're the weakest. No, you're the weakest. No, you're the weakest. Like, okay. I hope we get a messy-ass tribal like yes. I'm not... And for the record, you might be wondering, Xander, who's your winner pick? I don't do winner picks when I'm doing the BRANTSTEELE. I just fucking do the BRANTSTEELE unless I'm doing the BRANTSTEELE with other people, which in that case I will do a winner pick. Oh my god. Marissa's targeting Figgy. Marissa considers Figgy somewhat weak. I don't understand. I don't understand why this tribe is so dramatic. This tribe is chaotic as shit, alright? This tribe needs to get their shit together because, like, I don't understand why there's so much tension. It's fucking what, day 3? Like, anyways, group targets. There is no group target. They say final targets, but a lot of the time, these are the two names that the episode is trying to say that it's between. But really, it could be anyone. The alliance and the faction targets are finalized between two targets. Well, Victory, Vanguard, welcome to travel. If anybody has a hit immunity idol, oh, okay. Dan plays his immunity idol. That was quick. I'm assuming probably because he knows it's either him or Marissa tonight, which makes sense, I guess. And also, it's the first tribal, so you haven't actually proven any trust yet with anyone. So he's probably worried about his positioning just in general and wants to see who he can trust. Because it's better to know that you're like on the bottom but still in the game than like out of the game. You know what I mean? But anyways. I'll read the votes. First vote. Dan, does not count. Second vote. Dan, does not count. So based on what I think is going to happen, I think obviously Marissa's probably gone, but who knows? This is tribal. Maybe someone threw a vote. Who knows? We'll find out. Third vote. Dan, does not count. Oh, something tells me this tribal's going to get a little bit spicy when we get back to camp. Like, there's going to be some tension in that tribe at the camp when we get back. Fourth vote. Dan, does not count. Oh my god, Dan, that's what. Well, at least Dan played his idol correctly. That's a positive. Next vote. Marissa. That's one vote Marissa, one vote left. The first person voted out of Survivor 50, Marissa. That's 2. That's enough. You need to bring me a torch. Marissa, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Damn, that's rough. And Biggie voted. Alright, Biggie voted with Dan. So, I guess it's trying to say that Dan and Biggie are tight, or it's just preferences. I'm not really sure. From what it looks like, it's Dan is on the bottom of this tribe, but I guess we'll find out. What a tribal. First idol play of the season, a success. And it's from Dan, so Dan's already rewriting his story. So, good job, Dan. Because remember, guys, in Survivor Game vs. AI, his first idol play did not work. He tried to play it on Angelina, it didn't work. John went home. So, I guess this says a lot, doesn't it, guys? Alright, we'll continue on. Endurance Elite, Stephanie and Tracy have a slight bond. Sydney and Brett feel a slight bond towards each other. Stacey and Sydney feel a slight dislike towards each other. Stacey and Tracy bond a little. Sash and Brett feel a dislike towards each other. Stephanie and Sash feel a mutual bond, slight bond towards each other. Tracy and Brett don't really like each other. Tracy and Stephanie bond a bit. Sash and Sydney feel a slight bond with each other. Stephanie and Brett don't like each other. On Legacy Engines, Banu with the idol. Banu feels a medium dislike towards Alicia. Alicia feels a medium dislike towards Banu. Okay, so they're mutual. Okay, not one-sided. Anyways, Victoria and Alicia feels mutual, medium dislike towards each other. Oh, Dominic and Banu feel a small bond towards each other. So I'm assuming it's because They're like both older guys, maybe. I mean, it could be anything really. JD and Alicia feel a slight bond towards each other. LJ and Dominic feel slight dislike towards each other, which surprises me because out of everyone, I would think those two would probably be the ones to get along the best. But I guess I'm wrong. LJ and Bono feel a slight dislike towards each other. So LJ basically just is like, I guess trying to get with the younger crew. I guess. I think that's what he's trying to do, but I have no idea. Victoria has a slight bond towards JD. LJ and JD feel a slight bond towards each other. JD feels a slight bond towards Bono. So basically, JD seems to be in a pretty solid spot on his tribe. I think LJ could be in trouble more so, just based on the fact that like he's not really bonding with like almost half his tribe. Look, that's kind of a problem, you know what I mean? Anyways, there are no alliances on Victory Vanguard. Well, I guess there's no alliances in general, so I'm not too surprised technically. There's connections, but no one's solidified an alliance. And to be fair, they haven't been to tribal, so they have more time to get to know each other, form relationships, find out who each other really is before they go into the whole strategizing and plotting and scheming and politicking. Like they like to say in the challenge, which it's not called politicking, okay? It's called strategizing. Anyways, Biggie and Dan feel a slight bond toward each other. Caleb and Desiree feel a slight not medium, sorry, I've read that wrong, guys. Mutual bond towards each other, slight. Q and Biggie slightly bond. Q doesn't like Dan. Well, I mean, that's good for Q, I guess, because Dan seems to be at the bottom of this tribe, but who knows? Anything can happen. Q and Desiree slight bond towards each other. Biggie and Desiree slight bond towards each other. So Q and Desiree seem to be in decent positions, but at the same time, Desiree seems to be kind of in trouble, but I don't really know. Dan and Caleb slight bond towards each other. Desiree and Dan slight dislike towards each other. And Caleb and Q slight dislike towards each other, which is interesting because you would think those two would probably be in the power position on this tribe, but I guess not, because Dan obviously is probably at the bottom of this tribe, realistically, after that tribal council. Biggie voted with Dan, so you would think Biggie and Dan are like this, you would think, logically. And then you have Desiree, who is a challenge liability, she voted Dan. Dan and Desiree don't want like each other. Caleb feels a slight connection to Dan, so Caleb might be in the middle. Q and Desiree, hold up. They slightly bond. Okay, Q and Biggie, okay. So I think Caleb might be the swing vote. Caleb and Biggie seem to be at the center of this tribe, but I think Caleb has more of the power, if I had to guess. Anyways. At immunity count, Legacy Legends wins immunity. And they also win a massive fishing gear, or kit, and a boat waiting at camp. Victory, Vanguard wins immunity. Well, they also win immunity. They also win simple fishing gear, which is definitely going to help you when you're starving on an island. And Endurance Elite. Wait, hold up. So which tribe lost? Endurance Elite. Okay, Endurance Elite is going to tribal, so this is going to be hopefully interesting. I don't know. There's no idol that's found. Sash. Oh, here's where the game starts. QC. Okay. Sash and Stacey bond strongly. It has a lasting impact. Well, I can see that considering they just made a trio with Stacey. Not Stacey, with Tracy. Sorry, guys, it's Stacey and Tracy. As you can tell, I'm probably going to get the names mixed up. Anyways, so Stacey bonds with Tracy and Sash and makes a trio with them, essentially, which... Good job to Stacey. I mean, that probably is in her best interest. Sash gets injured but can stay in the game. Oh, wow, this really is Yakorom, isn't it? Just a bunch of people getting injured every episode. Every episode, just a new person gets injured and all this medevacs. You're like, oh no. Well, they're going to tribal. But yeah, Sash, Stacey, and Tracy, they seem to be a formidable little trio on the tribe, which valid. So, at individual targets, Brett wants Tracy out because she's a challenge liability. Stephanie is targeting Sydney, challenge liability. Which, that's not a good move for Brett because Tracy, well, I guess it depends, right? Because obviously Brett could try to be number 4 with Sash, Stacey, and Tracy, but even then, that's a bit risky. Because then you're kind of giving your game up, hoping you get to the swap, as opposed to possibly being within the trio or even running the other the alliance that he forms with, Sydney and Stephanie, aka the other people in the tribe. And as we say, I mean, Sash doesn't seem as loyal as Stacey and Tracy are to this trio, so I think it's definitely possible to get Sash to flip his vote. Anyways, Stephanie is targeting Sydney, which I get challenges are important in a certain way, but at the same time, don't vote based on that, in my opinion. I would never do that. And another thing is that Stephanie, if you vote off Sydney, you are putting yourself in the minority. Don't do that, okay? What are you doing? Wake up. Don't vote Sydney out. I don't know what you're doing. Chill. I don't know. Don't do that. Sydney wants Stacey gone because challenge liability. Okay, if I had to guess, they're all just going to want people based on challenges, but that's kind of how BRANTSTEELE is set up in the real world. Obviously, I'm assuming they would have better reasons than this, right? I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, that'd be boring. Anyways, as we continue. So, Sydney wants Stacey out, which is debatably one of the better moves because Sydney is currently in the lower half of the tribe if this trio of Sash, Stacey, and Tracy actually is together, you know what I mean? So that's probably best for Sydney's game to break that up as soon as possible, considering how she's not in it. Or even if she was quote number 4, but she was actually in control, but made Stacey think she was in control, which in that case, that's separate. But anyways. Tracy is talking to Stephanie, which, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to care too much, considering how Stephanie is literally throwing Sydney's name out. Sydney is not in the trio alliance, and Tracy is in the trio alliance, so obviously Stacey is probably going to just do whoever, just stay in the game. And yeah, overall, I just feel like once they tell Sydney, oh, by the way, Stephanie wants you gone, that's it, right? Because then Sydney's going to vote with them, and then it's going to be 4-2, and then that's it. They seize the day, and Stephanie's gone. Sydney and Brett are in minority, and then that's it. But obviously, who knows? It's Survivor. So the group targets. The trio is targeting Sydney, which I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I feel like it makes more sense for them to target Stephanie if the three of them really are locked solid with each other. But maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe there's outside sources I'm not getting told about. Who knows? This is a BRANTSTEELE. This isn't a deep dive. I'm just analyzing it because that's who I am as a person. I'm a super fan, obviously, so I take this seriously. I'm trying to give you guys a map of what is happening, what I think is happening, and my predictions in this season. Anyways, the final targets are Sydney and Stephanie. Well, I guess you could say it's a good thing because Stephanie wants Sydney gone. So I guess Sydney is probably going home, even though I think it makes more sense for them to get rid of Stephanie. I don't know why they're targeting Sydney. I think it makes more sense for them to target Stephanie. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I don't even know. I think it's rough because on one hand, you see, I mean, look, I guess it makes more sense for them to get rid of Sydney because she's targeting someone within their yards as opposed to Stephanie who's targeting someone out of their yards. But at the same time, I guess my mindset is just trying to break up the minorities as much as physically possible. And from what I see personally, I see, well, regardless, you know what? Doesn't even matter. Wait, hold on. Okay, I just said that wrong, guys. I'm stupid. Oh my god. I just said that I think it makes more sense for them to get rid of Stephanie. No, I think it makes more sense for them to get rid of Sydney. Even though I would probably try to push for Stephanie if I was someone else. But who knows? Anyways. I mean, look, if someone in your alliance if someone in your alliance is being targeted by someone, obviously if you are alliance strong, take that person out. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't really matter how you seize control as long as you are in the majority. So just do whatever's easiest for you. I guess my mindset is I don't know how to describe. I've said what I thought. I clearly read that wrong because I thought they were saying. I thought BRANTSTEELE was trying to say that they thought that it was better for Stephanie to go home, which I was a bit that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But anyways, sorry guys, I got the names confused because I was ranting. Anyways, LJ and JD have a minor disagreement. Okay, well, that's nice, I guess. That sucks for them, but good for me. Desiree and Q Bond. Desiree. Okay, so then, pretty much everyone is anti-Dan. So, sorry, Dan, you're probably third out. But anyways, you see knows is on the bottom anyways. We got a tribal. First, though. Stephanie. I would ask for idols, but as we know, none of them has an idol, so there's no point. Second vote, Sydney. Third vote, Sydney. Fourth vote, Sydney. That's 3 votes Sydney, 1 vote Stephanie, 2 votes second person voting up 50. Sydney. That's 5, that's enough, you need remove torch. Sydney, tried to spoken, time for you to go. And look at that. Brett put himself in minority. Stephanie put herself in minority, and that was funny. But anyways, episode 3 starts, and relationship highlights: Stacy and Tracy, medium bond, Sash. Okay, basically, I'll just keep you guys updated in case anything changes. Basically, nothing has really changed on this tribe. I guess the only difference is Sash is more loyal to this trio now because he's in a better position. Or at least that's the way I feel it. Because if you look, he has connections to Stephanie, he has connections to Stacy. Overall, Sash is in a better spot than he was. He doesn't like Brett. Stephanie doesn't like Brett. Stacy doesn't like Brett. Yeah, Brett is in trouble. Brett is definitely in trouble. And I would definitely say it's the right move for the trios game if the three of them are rock solid. Because, I mean, just look at the game, like, Stephanie is literally going to keep targeting people who aren't her. Like, like, Stephanie's not really doing what's best for her. She's kind of just like, oh, I want to be number 4. I guess that's her game plan for now. I'm not really sure. Anyways, we'll find out. Tracy and Stephanie bond a bit, so maybe Tracy is trying to rebuke Stephanie and make her feel cheated. I'm not really sure. Tracy and Brett dislike each other, which Brett doesn't like Stephanie. He's probably figured, oh, me and her are the next to the go, so I'm going to try and throw her under the bus to save my own ass, which, fair call. And then Tracy and Brett, they dislike each other. I mean, seriously, like, what are you guys going to do? Yeah, Brett is in trouble, essentially. Brett is in trouble. Yeah, that's it. On this Legacy Legends tribe, Banu has the idol still. Banu and Alicia dislike each other. Well, honestly, I'm not even going to read this. I'm just going to keep going because I'll just highlight what I think's happening as a summary because you guys don't actually care about reading every single one of these, let's be honest. Otherwise, we'll literally be here for 10 hours because it's almost been an hour and we are literally only up to episode 3. so, yeah, anyways. We continue. Alright, so Banu and Alicia dislike each other. Victoria and Alicia dislike each other. Dominic and Banu, small bond. We've seen these two kind of pairing up from the jump. From it, as I said before, it looks like those two are kind of together. JD and Alicia seem to be pairing up a bit. And then, as I said before, I think LJ doesn't really like Dominic or Banu, and here's the proof. And I think overall, LJ is interesting. Okay, so I think Alicia, based on this, Alicia and JD are over here. Dominic and Banu are over here. Victoria doesn't like Alicia, but she's kind of in the middle in the tribes, but she's also like one of the least connected people. And it's the same with LJ, where LJ is probably, I mean, LJ doesn't have a good bond with Dominic or Banu. However, he's a number, so Alicia and JD might see that and try to scoop him up as a third, possibly, because Alicia and Victoria don't really connect, or at least Victoria feels that with Alicia, which means Alicia might see that and go, okay, she doesn't want to work with me, JD, LJ, that's all 3, but who knows. So then Victoria will try to work with Banu and Dominic. I said Banu and Dominic, but I meant Dominic and Banu. Otherwise, same thing. I knew who they were. Just the order of the faces was different. And then Banu dislike each other. Victoria and Dominic dislike each other. LJ and JD don't. JD doesn't like LJ. That's controversial for JD because I feel like he's kind of giving up the power in the tribe by not trying to work with LJ. Where I think if he's already sold with Alicia, he should be trying to pull LJ and Victoria in. Or at least, but regardless, because unless they're going to try and, unless he's going to pull in Banu and Dominic, but even that's risky because, I would want to have the power, I'd want to be the best positioned person in my tribe if I was out there. That's what I would be trying to do, but I guess it just depends on the situation. Take out the people who aren't allies with, essentially. Alicia and LJ dislike each other. Victoria feels a slight bond towards Banu. Is that mutual? I'm not really sure. It doesn't say. What I do know is Banu has the idol though, so that's something. I think. So, as I said, I think Victoria wants to work with Banu and Dominic, if I had to guess. So the three of them might be, I guess, the new trio of the tribe because the Alicia and JD are tight, but JD and LJ seem to not be together. But LJ doesn't get along with Dominic and Banu, which makes me think that LJ is probably going home if they use first, and then JD's next, and then Alicia. If I had to guess, but obviously that could change, so who knows. That's my prediction. I think LJ's in trouble. I think JD's next, and I think, yeah, but anyways, Alicia is also probably in trouble. Basically, Banu and Dominic are kind of running that tribe, essentially. Because they might throw Victoria to the wolves. I don't know. Anyways, on Victory Vanguard. This four, I mean, they're not super solid, obviously, because it's everyone minus Dan, which is understandable. Dan, Brown's on the bottom. He has no idol. His only real person who he kind of had was Figgy, and Figgy's kind of like, bye, Dan. I mean, maybe she's trying to pretend she's loyal to the CIA, but she'll start feeling something on the weekend outside of it. Or maybe she'll try and fight the idol to get the idol one of them out. I'm not really sure. Regardless, I think it's definitely a possibility that Figgy could totally just ditch Dan, but I'm not really sure how beneficial that is for Dan later on in the game, considering, I mean, not for Dan, for Figgy later in the game, because I feel like Dan is someone who has no one at this point, so you have to work with someone in Survivor, right? Or in these reality TV shows. So he's gonna, if you're willing to work with him, he's gonna want to work with you. If you're like the only person doing something, he'll be like, well, I don't have a choice. So, anyways. Unless he's like just some idiot who just runs his mouth, which in that case, that's different. But anyways. Yeah, when you tell him again, and he instantly throws you under the bus. Like trying to get off the bottom board. He would still be on the bottom board. Either way. Q and Desiree feel a strong bond towards each other. Okay. I think Desiree and Caleb. Oh yeah, Desiree and Caleb don't really like each other. Because Caleb kind of threw Desiree under the bus, remember? Or Desiree. So I think Q and Desiree seem to be a duo. Caleb as the third or an extension, but I think they might pick Biggie over Caleb. But I think Biggie is not running the tribe. I think Q is probably running this tribe if I had to guess, but it's hard to tell. Dan and Biggie have a bond towards each other, which we already know, because they voted together in the last tribal council. Caleb and Q dislike each other. So, okay, yeah. So basically, Caleb is probably, if there is a blindside in the works, Caleb is probably going to be the victim of it if this four-person alliance does die, essentially. Because they're not going to vote Q out, and they're not going to vote Desiree out, which means it's either Figgy or Caleb, and you best believe that Figgy has way better relationships with Q and Desiree than Caleb does. Anyways. But if I was Figgy, I would see that and I would want to pull Caleb in. And I'd make a duo with Caleb, and then I would pull him into a three with Dan if I was Figgy. And then I'd be try to be at the center of the three of them. So Figgy, Caleb, and Dan if I was Figgy. And then be the one in the power position, ideally. That's what I would try to do if I was Figgy, but it really depends, because I don't really know what Figgy's thinking at this point. Figgy and Q have a mutual bond slight bond towards each other, which, okay, yeah. So basically, Desiree and Q are running the tribe. Surprise, surprise, Dan is on the bottom. Biggie is kind of becoming the third person, or the third wheel. And, yeah, it's pretty meh. And Caleb's fourth. Caleb's just an extension. Caleb is just a boat at this point, alright? Caleb feels okay with Desiree. Same with Biggie. Same with Dan. So yeah, Caleb wants Q gone, but like probably can't do anything about it. So this really is up to Biggie. Biggie seems to be the one who decides what happens on this tribe. She's kind of in the middle between two, not duos, but one's a duo with Q and who else? Desiree on one side, and then Caleb, who doesn't like Q, and Dan, who's on the bottom. So those two are probably going to try to work together and try to pull Biggie in. But Biggie has a connection to Dan, but she also has a connection to, I think, Q. So maybe Desiree. I don't know. Who does Biggie have a connection to? Yeah, she has a connection to Q. Yeah, so they're going to try to get rid of... So if there was a blindside, Desiree could be in trouble. If Biggie, Caleb, and Dan work together, but that doesn't... It's not 100%. Either way, put it this way, Dan is not 100% out of the game. I think Dan still has some life left in him if he can get out of this tribal council. Well, this episode, put it that way. Right. If he can survive this, I think there might be enough time to get out of that. Biggie bonds. Oh, never mind. But I don't know. Biggie bonds with Desiree, which means she's gonna push for. I don't know. I feel like Biggie, based on this, it makes me think that Biggie, Desiree, and Q are sold. The three of them are sold, and that Caleb and that Dan is probably next to go, unless they just Beyonce Caleb for fun. I'm not really sure. Either way, take back what I said. Essentially, I think Dan is probably next to go. Endurance X wins immunity. They have a choice between combat and emotional items. They choose emotional items. I wouldn't do that. I'd pick up for it 100%. You're emotionally already going to be fucked anyways because you're starving, tired, wet on an island. I would be like, I don't care at this point. I'm just going to do it anyways. As opposed to the Legacy Legends, they win comfort items, which is the way better deal. I don't want to be cold at night. I'd be pissed at my tribe if they pick some like fucking letters over like a blanket. Are you fucking kidding me? If they pick you like, I don't know, what's an emotional item, Jesus? What? Like a diary? No. Normally it's like letters or like pictures. If they give me a bloody picture, that can probably get rained on over like a pillow, I'd be pissed, or a tarp, I'd be pissed. Alright, Survivor is not easy. Like on the show, everyone's like, it's so easy. No, it's freezing. Like I don't do well with the cold. I'm a pussy when it comes to the cold. But you best believe when I get on Survivor, I'm gonna be thinking about it. I'm gonna be thinking, I'm gonna figure it out. I hate the cold, but I'm gonna push through the pain because I want to win. And it's my dream. But anyways, for Australian Survivor, because I'm Australian. The Endurance Elite, his immunity idol is currently hidden. Show events, Sash and Stacy bond. Brett and Tracy bond. So basically, Stacy is trying to, I don't know, pretend she's on Brett's side, and Sash and Stacy, Tracy's pretending to be on Brett's side. Sash and Stacy are just becoming even more of a duo than they already were. what I seem to be the duo, but I'm not really sure. Legacy Engines, I think, as I said, I think Dan is definitely in trouble. Bonner has the Legacy Engines in the media. Dominic is in trouble. Oh, sorry, it was on this tribe that Dan's on it. Anyways, I think Dan's in trouble. Rightfully so. Bonner has the idol on Legacy Engines, which means that him and Dominic have even more power, essentially. So, yeah, they are kind of running that tribe. Victory Vanguard, I think, as I said before, the three people who are probably in trouble are Dan, Caleb, and Desiree. I just don't see Q being in trouble. I don't see Figgy being in trouble. Figgy kind of seems to be in the power position, but I'm not really sure. We'll figure it out. I think Figgy is the kind of the swing vote tonight, but it depends if Caleb even attempts to be or not. You know what I mean? Kira's that can't test stores energy. Desiree is targeting Dan, aka the easy move, and his AI ability, which I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see the challenge, as I said before. The only thing I can say is, like, Dan. I'm not surprised. Dan is definitely the easy move, considering everyone but Dan is in an alliance, so that's the easy decision. That's the easiest thing to say for Desiree. And for Desiree's game, it does make the most sense to get rid of Dan, because if if Dan goes home for Desiree, Desiree has a strong, tight duo with Q. She also has a connection to Figgy as a third, and Caleb will be an easy next to go, aka she will be at the center of her tribe. And if she has a better relationship with Figgy than Q does with Figgy, then from her perspective, she'll be thinking, okay, if I get rid of Dan, and then Caleb, and then I am the swinger, and then I am pretty much, putting it this way, once Dan goes, I'm essentially the best positioned person in my tribe, and I'm running my tribe. But even before that, she'll be thinking that because, I mean, she probably is, from her perspective at least, but that's how Q feels as well. But anyways, if Caleb goes, but I don't know, there's a lot of different little things, you know. Either way, this 4-person alliance is gonna break up, whether it's this episode or next episode or like in 4 episodes. Now, 4-person alliance of Desiree, Q, who else is in it? Caleb and Figgy. It's gonna break up. They're not gonna get together. They're not gonna get to the end. I say that and then watch them be like the I-2-4 from Survivor Guidance, and they'll get to Final 4 and they'll be like crazy. But anyways, they're not gonna. I do see Desiree going far, but well, here's the thing. BRANTSTEELE, whilst I see her going far, but I think logically, I think it makes the most sense. Well, I'm really looking at what Figgy does tonight, right? I think Figgy decides the tribe's trajectory of the game. She really decides what happens, and I think it's going to be interesting. It really also depends on Caleb. If Caleb's willing to flip on Desiree and Q, that'll be cool. But his game will be beneficial, but we'll find out if he has the balls or not to do it, or if even if he had the balls to do it, if Figgy would go along with it, which we don't know. So yeah, does the answer want to stand out? Surprise, surprise. Dan is targeting Q. I'm not really surprised considering Q. Dan needs Caleb and Figgy on board, and then yes, okay, I guess I don't know. Maybe it might have been. No, okay, it makes more sense why Dan is targeting Q. Dan is targeting Q because he knows that Caleb and Q don't get along that well. So it's better if he targets Q, because then Caleb is more likely to vote Q out. So then Dan, Figgy, and Caleb will be a trio, or a new trio, or a voting milk, and get off the bottom, essentially, by breaking up the power duo of Desiree and Q. That's what I think. Dan's mindset, but it's really hard to tell. I think logically, Dan is probably a goner, but I mean, we'll see. I think if I was Figgy, I would 100% get Caleb and Fiat and vote out to this tribal council. But it's really hard to tell, because you might think, what about tribe unity? Honestly, tribe unity, either you're going to be divided or you're not going to be divided. It makes no difference. So from my perspective, it's like you might as well just fucking do it. Anyways, so we go tribal and first vote. Dan. Second vote. Dan. Third vote. Q. Fourth vote. Third person voting out Survivor 50. Dan. That's 3. That's enough. Never me to. Well, technically it's 4, but only 3 count. 3 would run out. Dan. The tribe has spoken. Time for me to go. Yeah, so I'm not too surprised by this. It makes total sense in my head, at least, why that happened. But anyways, we continue on. And so far, how would I rank this season? I mean, to be fair, we haven't had a swap or anything. So, and there's not anyone who I'm actively rooting for or against right now. It's more of just seeing what happens and then figuring out who I want to root for, I guess. But anyways, the Legacy Legends seem to be winning, which is good for them. But I don't know. We'll figure it. We'll see. It could make the other 2 tribes gang up on them though, which could be a problem because that tends to happen in 3-person seasons. When I say 3-person seasons, I mean 3 tribe seasons where people gang up on the biggest tribe because that's what you do, right? That's just because otherwise they're going to pick you off the FBIs. Anyway, because as much as people want to say, oh my god, guys, Eric, your tribe yarns doesn't matter, it kind of does. And I will say that. Everyone says it doesn't matter, even the community, the sub-up community will say, and reality TV will say, it doesn't matter what original team they're on. It matters, alright? It definitely does matter, and I am a strong believer in that. Anyways, let's continue. Advantages, none. The Endurance Alliance, the strong trio. I'm not surprised. Stacy is in the best position, so of course she's going to want to stick with that alliance because they're both loyal to her. She's in the best position on her tribe. Even though Sash has more power than he did originally. But anyways. Yeah, so nothing has really changed so far. Brett is still in trouble. The only difference is Tracy has been opening up to Brett. So maybe Tracy is going to try to push for Stephanie. But it really depends. Okay, so maybe this is what's going on. Tracy is worried about these two's connection to Stephanie, so she's get rid of Stephanie, so I don't have to worry about them flipping on me later. But what she should be worried about is the fact that she's the third in the trio, which is scary, as opposed to Brett and Stephanie. I think it's clear Brett and Stephanie are QE1 to throw each other under the bus, so if you sided with them, if you could get them to be solid enough for 1 or 2 votes, you would be at the center of your tribe and you would be running everything. But obviously it depends on the situation, Anyways, we continue on, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it also looks like Tracy is just covering her ass in case of an idol from the looks of it, because she's also bothering with Stephanie. So, probably. Yeah, so basically, Brett is still in trouble, which, surprise to no one. Stephanie is not in that good of a spot either, but she's in a better spot than Brett is. And Tracy, she's in the trio, but Sash and Stacy are running this tribe to the ground. I mean, hey, they're not gone yet, but you know, they'll figure it out hopefully. Anyways, that's what this tribe is. And the Legacy Legends, Banu has the idol. As I said before, I think Banu and Dominic are clearly running this tribe. I don't think that's really changed per se. I think Victoria is also with them. And as I said before, I think LJ is probably first to go if this tribe uses. Then, JD is probably next. And then, if I had to guess, Ayesha is in trouble as well. Either way, put it this way, Dominic and Banu and Victoria are probably going to run this tribe. I'm 85% sure of it. LJ's in trouble. Ayesha and JD are probably on the bottom once LJ goes. So that's my prediction. Let's see. Okay. Victoria doesn't like Ayesha, but she also... They don't like each other, which makes me think that Victoria would be with the Dominic Banu crew, but Dominic and Victoria don't bond either, which makes me think that it makes more sense maybe Victoria isn't in as good of a... I didn't say as good. I didn't think she was running the tribe. I didn't think she was kind of in the middle. But maybe it's the tribe, dynamics is like LJ, Victoria, Ayesha, JD, Dominic, Banu. Mate, I think. Or whatever. Or Dominic, Banu, whatever, and then everyone else. Either way, I think the two guys, Dominic and Banu, are kind of fucking running this trap anyways. Okay, yeah, so mutual, yeah, so LJ is just in trouble. LJ is in deep shit, so LJ definitely needs to get the fuck off this tribe. LJ's definitely at the bottom of this tribe, no doubt. On Victory Vanguard, alliances... Well, yeah, there's 4, but Dan's gone. So now stuff's going to change. But it won't change because Caleb is next to go. I just think he goes rogue or some shit. Or like Q and Desiree feel like blindsiding each other for like no reason. But it doesn't make sense. Alright, so Desiree and Q feel unbreakable, which, as I said, I figured that. Q and Biggie don't... They have a slight bond. Desiree and Caleb have a slight bond. Okay, so that's interesting. Desiree, Q and Caleb have a slight dislike towards... Not surprised. Biggie doesn't like Caleb. Okay? Yeah, so Caleb is gone. Essentially, Caleb is fucked. Like, I'm sorry, Caleb, but you are gone if this tribe uses unless you find an idol or something, because it's not happening for you. I guess she has a connection to Desiree, but I don't see how willing Desiree is going to be willing to go against Q's wishes if Q is her number one. Like, I feel like that's pretty fucking ballsy. Like, that's a statement right there. Anyways, we'll see. Endurance 8 wins reward. Okay, well, I don't care about reward. I care about immunity. Endurance 8 wins immunity. Legacy Legends wins immunity, which means the 4-person tribe is going back to travel, and Caleb is probably gone. Anyways. Endurance Elites. Stephanie joins this alliance as the fourth member, which, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, regardless, she was already fourth in this alliance. I mean, maybe she'll try to get into a better position now, but, like, I don't know. I feel like totally ditching Brett is not the decision for Stephanie if she can avoid it. Like, if she has to do it, but, like, if you don't have to, fucking fight, push Tracy to fifth. Like, I would be, or you for the fucking idol, like, I would do both. Like, I would be trying, I'd be like, I'm voting with you, Tracy, but, like, please don't, whatever. Or at least that's what you would tell Tracy, right? By the way, whatever. Brett's in trouble. The good part is we're about to swap soon, so that's good. At Legacy Engines, Bonner has the idol. Okay, Dominic and Victoria have a small fight. That's whatever. Alicia and LJ find something in common. Okay. That's interesting. Banu, Dominic, and JD making the alliance, which is insane because JD literally didn't bond with Dominic before. But anyways, wait, it was either Dominic or Banu. One of the two, either way, to bond with JD. But things changed, I guess. They've been on the tribe for like 9 days or whatever, so I guess they have gotten to know each other better, which is fair. They continue on, and I guess, yeah, the guys here are running the tribe. The two girls and LJ are in trouble. At Victory Vanguard, okay, the idol is hidden. Caleb leaves this yards, but what really happens is Caleb is like, oh shit, I'm next to go. It's like, he basically just got kicked out of it. They're basically like, okay, we don't need you anymore. And he knows that. He's like, oh shit, I'm gone. I made the wrong decision. Yeah, I was tribal. Or even if he didn't make the wrong decision, he couldn't convince Biggie to change her mind. He couldn't convince Biggie to change her mind to side with him and Dan. But anyways, we'll continue on. And target-wise, KM wants Q gone. Desiree wants Caleb gone. Q is going to want Caleb gone. Biggie's going to vote Caleb out. Caleb is, I guess, trying to throw Biggie under the bus because he's like, he knows that Desiree and Q are a duo, so he's trying to save himself. When he doesn't realize that it's too late, his fate has already been sealed. And yeah, sorry, Caleb, I guess you're gone, bro. At Tribal, first vote, Caleb. Second vote, Biggie. Third vote, Caleb. Fourth vote, the fourth person voted out, Survivor 50. Caleb. That's 3, that's enough. Remember me a torch. Caleb, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. And we are down, guys. 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 are left in the game. And my instant reaction is, well, what a season. Look, I mean, so far, it's been pretty, I don't want to say boring, but not much has happened. But to be fair, not much can happen on 6-person tribes, so that definitely does limit the gameplay a lot. I think another thing to talk about is the fact that we have so many people. I mean, first of all, on Victory Vanguard, which is the bottom tribe, guys, I mean, you're down to 3, so Biggie's next to go. That's it. Unless like something crazy happens, and if there's a massive blindside or betrayal, Biggie finds the idol or something crazy. On Endurance Elites, Brett is next to go. Keely. Brett is in deep shit. On Legacy Legends, LJ is in trouble. And then after LJ goes, the two girls are probably in trouble after Logiki. And then JD, I guess, is going to try to be the third. I mean, maybe he'll try the fifth after LJ goes and tries to work. I mean, he did bond with Alicia, so him and Alicia and I guess maybe LJ could work together, but I find that extremely unlikely. I think they're more likely to. I think JD is more likely to vote LJ off, and then I think JD, Alicia, and Victoria could make a move, but I could also see JD and Alicia just voting Victoria off. Either way. And then there could be some sort of blindside where Dominic and Banu vote off Alicia behind JD's back, and then he can't really do anything about it. That's my prediction. And then on endurance elites, based on the tribe dynamics right now, yeah, as I said before, Brett's in trouble, but whatever. Brett and Stephanie are the two on the bottom. Tracy could attempt to make a decision or a move, but I think it would be a really hard sell considering Stephanie and Brett seem to be throwing each other under the bus at this point to save their own skin, which you could say is debatably the right move, but it really depends on the situation. I mean, I'm not there. So we continue on, and that's Endurance 8, episode 5. The alliances are, well, this is everyone but Brett. Not much has happened. The only reason I'm skipping this is because I'm trying to see, because we already know what's happening on this drive. So I'm just trying to see Brett. Okay, yeah. So Brett is basically just a dead man at this point if this tribe uses. Hopefully not. He's probably fucked at this point. On this tribe, yeah, the three guys seem to be in control. Yeah, they're boys, not surprised. Dominic basically found his new Wendell, and I think he's more likely to beat Bono in the end. So, probably a good decision there. And then, Alicia and LJ have actually bonded a yacht, surprisingly, out of fucking nowhere. Because at the start of the season, they did not get a yacht. So, I guess they've realized their positioning. They're trying to bounce back from it, which is great. Yeah, I give props to them that they're self-aware enough to know, hey, maybe we shouldn't go after each other. That's good in a survival play when you know when to not go after your enemies and to put the guns down and stuff, and the weapons, and we need to go for the bigger, worry about the bigger picture. So that's cool. So yeah, maybe they're going to try to recruit JD. So there's an attempt of a possible power shift in this tribe, which there wasn't one that I thought there was going to be, but there's definitely a potential of one. Well, here's the thing. It's that they feel a mutual bond, but just because they feel a mutual bond doesn't mean that she's willing to go out of her way to protect them. It really just depends on what type of player they are. Yeah, are they a risky player? Are they willing to go balls to the walls for someone? Are they willing to go to Rock's first tribal week? I have no idea. For me, I'm the type of player where if I think I can beat people at the end, who most of the time I do, when I'm in orgs and stuff, I would go to Rocks for my allies because loyalty is so hard to get, but it just depends on the player and who they are and whatever. So, LJ and Alicia, strong bond. Alicia and Banu, medium dislike. Okay, not surprised. Victoria doesn't like Alicia. Dominic and Alicia feel immediate bond towards each other, which means Alicia and LJ. Alicia is this tribe's chance of building. It's basic. Alicia has the power essentially to try to not yet Dominic and Banu just steamroll this entire tribe. So it's really up to her, She's the one who has all the power, so we'll see. Victoria and JD are kind of a pair in a way. So the tribe seems to be Banu and Dominic as a pair. They have JD as kind of like a third. They're not really tight with Victoria, but they can probably use Victoria. And then they have the other two people in the tribe who they're going to vote off. Oh yeah, they have connections to Alicia. And as I said, LJ is a dead man for Banu, and Dominic. Like the three of them are probably not going to work together like, at all this season, or at least not right now. I think logically, yeah, JD and Alicia have been sort of not tight but together since the jump. So if anything, JD seems to be in a better position than I thought he was in, which is great for him. If JD and Alicia and LJ link up, JD and Victoria seem to link up. So honestly, it seems to be kind of four different types of pairings that are happening in this tribe. You've got JD and Alicia. You've got Banu and Dominic. You've got Alicia and LJ. And you've got JD and Victoria. Sorry, was that 4 or 5? I think that's 5 anyways. 4 or 5, doesn't matter. Either way, I named all of the pairings. So I think that's going to say, I think another thing is, pairing-wise, there was another pair I'm pretty sure that was mentioned. I'm not 100% sure. No, that was it. Okay. Yeah, so basically, I think LJ is... Put it this way, because it's been a few days, I think people are starting to realize, hey, maybe we shouldn't hand the game to Dominic and Banu, but they do have the idol, so, that's a problem. On this tribe, Figgy is just a sitting duck. Figgy probably knows she's a sitting duck, but there's nothing she can do about it. And she's probably going home now because she is just immunity. I'm like 99% sure Figgy's fucked. Like she's gone. Anyways. And I predicted that before as well. So when you look at the tribes, Endurance Age wins immunity, Legacy Engines wins immunity. We continue on. And overall, advantages, events, Tracy has a meltdown. Stephanie and Stacey find something has a lasting impact. We'll see. I don't know how lasting of an impact that will be, but we can try. We continue on. JD and Bond has a lasting impact. JD leaves the alliance. Oh, okay, yeah. So JD picked Alicia over Banu and Dominic, which means maybe they are in trouble. Maybe Banu and Dominic could be in some fucking hot water tonight. Shit. Banu and Dominic recruit Alicia to join. That's interesting. I will say this. I think easily, if Alicia does decide to join with them, the three of them easily run the tribe. Completely easy. I think Victoria is probably the least connected person on the tribe, so that's probably an easy pickings. I thought LJ was going to be in more trouble. I think they're going to try to push for LJ, but I think LJ is probably... If I had to guess, Banu and Dominic would probably want JD gone now because JD doesn't want to work with them, but Alicia probably wouldn't get that happen. LJ probably would be... I could see JD going home first now, and then I could see Victoria going JD, LJ, Victoria, Alicia. I could see that, but I think it depends on Alicia. Alicia is really one of the people who has the social connections to do whatever the fuck she wants to do, really. It just depends on what she wants to do. Q and Figgy have something in common, that's nice. They're telling each other, who cares? Okay, so Q's basically the center, that's nice. Good for Q. Anyways. Q, that's alright, second vote. Biggie. Fifth vote. The fifth person voted of Survivor 50. Wow. That's fucking cold. That was a blindside. What the fuck? Phew. What the heck, man? Oh my god. It didn't even say that. I need to understand. I don't know why Q did that. Why? He literally just voted off his pair. And once again, Q makes another decision I don't understand, but here we are. Oh my god, what the heck? That was easily the biggest shock of the season so far. That was probably the best episode so far as well, too, dynamics-wise. The game is shifting a bit. At least on Legacy Engines, it's not as obvious, it's more up in the air. But damn, Q's a snake! I mean, props to Figgy or really Jessica Figueroa for getting Q to flip like that, but like, what the fuck? I wish I could talk to Q about this decision, but like, Q obviously this didn't happen in real life, so like, I can't ask you about it. But like, I'm trying to picture what went wrong. Was it because he thought she was a bigger threat? Like, I really don't think that was a good move for Q. I mean, honestly, regardless, Q was in the power position, so he might think no matter what he was using, like an ally regardless, so he should have just done whatever, but like, he should have just taken whoever he thought he could beat in the end, and the off chance he gets the final two with them and they have to tell their stories. But like, yeah, that was cold. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't even know if that wasn't the best decision for Q. I feel like Desiree would have been rock solid with Q. I think Figgy is more likely to fuck Q over than Desiree will. But I hope that isn't an endgaming move for Q. But if I was Desiree, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck? That didn't even benefit you. Like, I would be like, you were my guy. We were a duo. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of questions. That decision does make me think that Biggie could possibly be a winner contender in this season because, how do you get out of a tribal like that with no context, where people are like she should have been gone. Like I don't understand. And there's no context. It was like voting preferences. It's like you and her weren't even that tight. You had a better relationship with Desiree. You were a duo with Desiree. You were a duo with Vicky. But whatever. Okay, everyone arrived. The tribe with the fewest members will be the soul, but they are down to just two. Victory, Vegas will be the soul. Remember, players are distributed between endurance and legacy. Banu was exiled. Shit. Banu does not find the idol. Way to shit on Banu, Jeff Probes. I mean, to be fair, he already has an idol, but like... shit. So these are the new tribes. Okay, so first of all, Q and Figgy are on the same tribe, which that's nice. We see that Sash and Stacy are still together, so they're a duo. Q and Figgy are a duo, or you would assume they're a duo, assuming that they would actually stick together, considering they're the only ones who have connections with each other, and they're probably scared as. JD has no one. JD is by himself, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I think JD was near the bottom. I think JD was definitely in trouble, or could have been in trouble, had his tribe gone to another tribal, because he basically turned down the alliance with Dominic and Bonner. But now that that's happened, I think we're going to see a lot of different things happening. But anyways... Like, for JD, I think that was a blessing in disguise, probably. And I don't think either saw any of the other 5 people really have a reason to vote him out, per se. the only reason you could vote him off is because he's quite one of the OG legacy agents. But like, I don't know. It depends how these people play it. I personally, like, I try not to do that in Survivor, but for me, I am very much like, if I don't know you, if I haven't been on a tribe with you, I don't know your connections, which means you're more scary and dangerous, which means I'm more likely to take you out as opposed to taking out one of my own, aka someone from my original tribe, where I know their connections were and I know who they're working with. Like, the devil you know, the devil you don't know, that sort of stuff. But of course, that's just my perspective, though. Just because I see the game like that doesn't mean everyone else will. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think it could be really good for JD, but it could also be really shit for JD. I think, yeah, Sash totally just lost a bunch of power. Same with Stacy. Stacy maybe she just lost a bunch of power. You think Brett's gonna have loyalty to Sash and Stacy? You think Brett's gonna have loyalty to y'all? No, y'all were treating him like shit for like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Like almost 20 days. Brett is going to flip. If he has any sense in his head, he would get the fuck away from you people. I mean, maybe if I was him, I would probably work with them for one tribal and get rid of Q or Figgy, and then I would make up my move, like solo, if I was going to flip on my original tribe if I was Brett. But like at the same time, I feel like regardless, it's just like Brett has no reason to be loyal to you guys. Like Brett has none. He doesn't give a shit about y'all. Q and Biggie are together, which is great for them. The problem is they're a public duo, and I still feel like Biggie is way more willing to vote Q off than Q's willing to vote Biggie off, as opposed to Desiree, who probably would have been willing to ride or die with Q at that point, but I don't know. Who knows? And when I say ride or die, I mean get to merge really deep. I don't get to merge at least. Like near end game, and then they might throw in each other. It's like a Malcolm Denise sort of situation where they're together like the entire season, and then right at the end they're like, okay, now I'm gonna do what's best for me to win. Because you're already so hard to get in Survivor, it's so hard to get. So when you get it, I think the best thing you can do is keep it. I think the worst thing you can do is go inside an ally pre-merge. I think that is one of the dumbest decisions that ever happens in Survivor. And I get the thrill of wanting to be on someone, but benefiting you, it actually doesn't. It doesn't benefit you 99% of the time. And I just don't see a benefit. And the 1% of the time, I think are really extreme cases that I would talk about deep dive discussing it with people, but anyways, off topic. We continue on. And on Legacy Legends, I think it's a little bit different. I mean, obviously, OG Legacy Legends has 4 original members, and then Stephanie and Tracy. I'm assuming Stephanie and Tracy are gonna try to stick together, but at the same time, since they're on the bottom, OG tried that, they could totally just throw each other under the bus. I mean, that's a pretty simple strategy to save your own skin. I don't know how well it's going to go for them to win the game, but whatever. I think another problem I have with, well, not problem, but just in general, I think the thing with, I don't know, so dynamic-wise, Alicia and Dominic seem to be together, and whatever tribe uses, I'm assuming Banu would join them. So if Legacy Legends uses, for example, and then they vote off Stephanie or whoever, right? And then Banu would join, and then Alicia would just reunite with Dominic and Banu, and then they'd probably run that tribe, but I don't know. It really depends on the situation. I think, yeah, obviously Victoria once again has really no power this season. She's kind of just there, which that sucks. But I mean, hey, anyone can still win. So I'm not counting it out for anyone. I do think the main contenders to win currently are, if I had to guess, I think Biggie, Q. Wait, no, not Q. Biggie, Stacy, Dominic, and Alicia are probably the four main contenders, if I had to guess. Not just based on positioning, but based on what I think the edit for BRANTSTEELE would be. But it's really hard to tell. Anyways, we continue on. Stacy finds an endurance idol. Basically, if she has another one, she can form a super idol. That's basically what this means. That's what I'm just saying it instead of wasting everyone's time reading that out. Stacy and Sash are tight. Figgy and Q are tight. Q and Stacy dislike each other. Okay, that's interesting. Brett and Q dislike each other. Sash and Brett dislike each other. So once again, Brett is in hot water. Brett is just not making the social connections. Sash was a slight bond with Biggie. Q and JD bond a little bit. Stacy and JD dislike each other. Stacy and Brett bond with each other. Yeah, I don't know. I think Brett is just not. He's not in it. Anyway. Yeah, not much has changed on this tribe, as I said. Alicia and LJ are tied at a duo. It's hella tight, which makes me think Alicia is definitely a front runner because that came from literally nowhere. Or it could be the other way where LJ is a front runner. Who knows? Maybe they both are. I don't know. Regardless, we've known where Alicia kind of stands everywhere. Alicia and Victoria have a mutual dislike towards each other. Victoria and Dominic don't really like each other. So basically, yeah, Victoria doesn't really have any allies. It's a shame. Oh, Tracy and Stephanie, I guess, are throwing each other on the bus because they're just like, well, sorry, girl. We continue on. LJ and Dominic. Once again, they've been bunny heads all season. Nothing's changed. Stephanie and Dominic feel slight dislike towards each other. Okay. LJ and Stephanie bond a bit. Tracy dislikes Dominic. So, LJ, Alicia, Stephanie could be the type of thing that's happening. But I don't know. Oh, this tribe wins. This tribe is easier to map out, so fuck me. Anyways, so yeah, Stacey still has the idol. Q and JD find something common. Stephanie finally leaves this young. Stephanie finally like, hey, maybe I shouldn't work with my old tribe considering I'm literally on the bottom and I'm not gonna win this game. Which, yeah, I agree. With the way the game's set up, you might want to start doing shit. Alja has a major meltdown. Stephanie and Victoria have a small fight. Alicia and Dominic bond strongly. Has a lasting impact. Alicia literally said, fuck this alliance and ditched. Dominic and Barno just don't get it. Alicia and LJ and Stephanie make a trio, which I had a feeling that was going to happen, but anyways, we continue on. Tracy is targeting Stephanie to save her own skin. Victoria, well, logically, I think for these three, it would make more sense to break up this, right? I mean, if you're literally, they're kind of the opposition to you guys, but it's really hard to tell. Logically, Stephanie's Tracy, Stephanie. Yeah, Tracy's gonna throw Stephanie under the bus. Stephanie's probably gonna prefer Tracy up the bus because they don't like each other. Dominic is probably gonna target Victoria, and okay, you know what? Victoria might actually be in trouble tonight because she got in a fight with Stephanie. Dominic is targeting her, which means Dominic and Bono are probably after her. Stephanie's gonna want her gone if she can save Tracy over her. So yeah, I think Victoria's in some trouble, as we just saw. And yeah, it's between Victoria and Dominic. And even though logically, I think that LJ, Alicia, and Stephanie, it makes more sense to vote Dominic out tonight. Just because we know Bono is coming in. Anyways. Greg Bono will replace, let's say, Victoria once she gets voted out. I guess they aren't really thinking about that. So, we got a tribal. Any votes? My prediction is Victoria's gone. First vote, Dominic. Second vote, Victoria. Third vote, Victoria. Fourth vote, Victoria. Sixth person voting out, Victoria. Also about 50. That's 5. That's enough. Give them your torch, Victoria. Tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Yeah, logically that doesn't make sense to me for Alicia, LJ, or Stephanie's games. But whatever. It doesn't even matter what logically makes sense at this point. These people are just going to do whatever they want to do. So why not just make the end? We continue on, and we are down to 12, and it is pitch black. We started, it was light, and now it is pitch black. So love that. We continue on, and nothing has changed. I mean, Brett has a connection to Q. Q has a connection to JD. Oh my god. Stacy and Brett bond. Wait, so Q connects to Brett. Brett connects to Stacy. Brett connects. Oh, okay, never mind. Brett does not connect. We continue. There was another one we had, but I missed it. I think it was. Hold on. We have. Okay. They've been tight since day one. Oh, they've been tight since the jump. Well, not the jump, but they're the last two from their original tribe. Oh, yeah, I think that was the connection I missed. But I didn't miss that. I knew that existed. Brett and Q have a small bond. Q and JD. Okay, sweet. And then it's Annie, Stacy, and Brett. Okay. Yeah, so Q's really making that work. Yeah, Q is putting in the work socially to put himself in the best position once again. So good for him. We continue on. Dominic and Bono are unbreakable. Surprise, surprise. Bono feels extreme hatred towards Alicia. Okay, that's rough. Alicia feels the same way. LJ feels an unbreakable relationship towards Alicia, but she feels a strong one. She doesn't feel unbreakable. So that's poor LJ, man. About to be Tony'd for the second season in a row. That jokes aside. I mean, maybe, who knows? And when I say Tony'd, I mean, like, voted off in a blindsight by the beta video choices are. Anyways, Dominic and Alicia feel a mutual bond towards each other, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, Dominic keeps trying to pull Alicia to them, but Bono and Alicia just don't get it on. So Dominic's gonna be trying to get rid of LJ, I'm assuming, but then, yeah, I don't know. It's rough. This tribe is crap, guys. we continue on, and yeah, these two are still throwing each other under the bus because they're scared. I mean, whatever. That's not surprising. They bond, I guess. That's nice. A little bit. They win immunity though, so even though their tribe is full of dysfunction, we don't really care. We continue on. And yeah. Show events. Impressing the rest of the team. I meant like real events. Like I don't know. They just tried. She was targeting Sash. Okay, he's trying to break up the other pairs in the game. JD wants Brett gone because he wants him gone because he's weak. Whatever, that's an excuse. Stacey wants Q gone, which I think is. Here's the thing. I think it makes sense from Stacey's perspective. I think the only problem is like I would be very hesitant to vote Q out in this round. I think it would be easier to vote off Biggie this round as opposed to Q, but I get where Stacey is coming from. Brett is targeting Biggie. Well, Brett kind of needs one of these two gone. Let's be real. Well, Brett really needs to just get off the bottom, realistically. Biggie's targeting JD. You might say, you didn't predict what's happening. Yeah, because I don't know what's happening. All right, look. Okay, well, they want Q gone, so that's nice. They want Sash gone, so the two duos are butting heads. I thought Yogic here would make more sense for the four of them to work together, but fair enough. I mean, honestly, do what you're going to do. It's Survivor. And then Brett is obviously always going to be a target, as we've all seen, because Brett has nobody. And it's funny, because Jay is the only person without any original tribal yards, and yet he's probably safe. Mario has to either... Oh, not a meltdown, Dominic. Okay. Well, yeah, Dominic has a meltdown. Stephanie leaves this alliance, which I think is not a good decision for her, because I think she is in a much better position than with this alliance, as opposed to not in it, but whatever. Her loss. We continue. Stacey has the idol, and she plays it for Sash, which I think is the right decision, because, I mean, obviously, her ally is being targeted, so fair enough. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna vote for Sash, they're gonna vote for Q, and then you're gonna, yeah, I don't know, either way, I think Q is probably going home, but I think Biggie is gonna make a recovery. That's my prediction. Sash does not, and I know that sounds like a cop-out because of what I just said, but even without the idol play Yokichi, I think, as I said before, I think the storyline is about Biggie. I don't think it has anything to do with Q. First vote, Q. Sash doesn't count. Sash doesn't count. Third vote, Sash doesn't count. Fourth vote, Sash doesn't count. Fifth vote, Q. Seventh vote. Seventh person. Well, not seventh vote. Sorry, Q. Fifth vote. Sixth vote. Jesus, sorry guys, I'm tired. Sixth vote. 7-person voted out of Survivor 50. Q. That's enough. You never me a torch. We are down to final 11, and yet we are now past the 2-hour mark, and we are only now merging, guys. Okay, we're gonna try to speed this up a little bit. The good part is soon there's gonna be not many people in the game, so it'll fast track. Anyways, so these three, the trio, are as tight as can be. They have been since like day one, which that's nice. Good for them. We continue on, and holy crap, what is going on here? the duos are still the same. They're still strong, which not surprising. Even though Alicia is, yes, loyal to LJ, so keep that noted, everyone. Because I think Alicia is a contender to win. I also think Stacy is a contender to win. I think Figgy, Alicia, and who was the other one? Figgy, Alicia, Stacy are the three contenders. Those are the three people who I think have the best shot at winning this game, but obviously, who knows? I did say Banu as well, I think, but I changed. But anyways, I don't agree with that as much now. We continue on. I just think Alicia, we know exactly where she stands. Same with Stacy, same with Biggie. Those are the three people we know exactly where they stand every round, which makes me think that one of them has to win. Anyways, we continue on. And they're tight, we knew that. They're tight, we knew that. They've been at each other's throats for a while. They're tight, we knew that. They don't like each other, that's new. They have a medium bond with each other, which that's nice. JD and Banu have a medium bond with each other. Alicia and Dominic have a medium bond with each other. The thing is, Banu and Dominic are like this, but the problem is their games, and I've noticed this from literally episode 1, are like this. Like they're together, but they want to go in opposite directions. So that makes me curious as to see, are they actually going to stick together or are they going to fall apart? Which I don't know. We'll find out. Stephanie feels a small bond with Sash, which, okay. It makes sense. You guys were in a kind of four together. JD was immunity. I don't know how in trouble JD would have been in. I think he could have been a potential easy target. But anyways. Biggie and Tracy have a major fight. Not good for Biggie because Biggie usually has already fought with like 10 people in this game. But anyways, not jokes. What I was really saying is basically Figgy is the last person from her original tribe. So you could say if they do tribal she could be a swing vote, but I don't find that likely. Anyways, because that is not the Yanks, I mean, you already look. They are targeting each other. They were from the original tribe. Banu and Alicia want each other gone. Tracy wants Stephanie gone. This definitely feels like the wrong move from Tracy's end, but who knows? Figgy is targeting Tracy. Whatever. LJ is targeting Dominic. They've been at each other for a while. JD wants Stacy. I think for JD, getting rid of Stacy is probably a good decision. I think the problem is I don't see who the fuck would go for that. Other than Brett, I don't really see. I guess Banu. I don't know. Brett, JD, Alicia, LJ, Banu. Dominic. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I feel like that would be really hard to pull off. Getting rid of. I feel like getting rid of Stephanie is probably more likely to happen. They want Banu gone. They want Stephanie gone. They want Banu gone. Yeah, so Banu is in some deep shit, but I think Banu's going to play the idol, and I think Stephanie's going to go home. And then after that, I don't know. I just think it makes more sense. But here's the thing. if JD wants to get rid of Stacy, this is the tribal to do it. It's just I don't see it happening. Oh, he didn't play the idol first vote. Barney. I think Brett is doing a good decision of just staying out of the way for now. The problem is I don't know how long that's going to go for long term. And guys, also, hey, I was like, what's an Aussie name? Anyways, first vote, Barney. Oh my god, if Barney goes home tonight, that's going to be weird because I feel like it just wouldn't. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I feel like if Barney goes, Barney, Dominic, Stephanie, I feel like that crew, Brett, JD, they're all going to get picked off. Well, I think JD is more likely to survive for a while, actually. He could be a decent vote and even funniest. Anyways, Barney, Stephanie. Stephanie. That's 2 votes Stephanie, 1 vote Barney, 8 votes Steph. 4th vote, Barney. That's 2 votes Barney, 2 votes Stephanie, 7 votes left. Next vote, Stephanie. That's 3 votes Stephanie, 2 votes Barney, 6 votes left. Next vote, Barney. That's 3 votes Barney, 3 votes Stephanie, 5 votes remain. I think Barney's gone. I mean, logically, it makes more sense. Next vote, Barney. That's 4 votes Barney, 3 votes Stephanie, 4 votes left. Next vote, Barney. That's 5 votes Barney, 3 votes Stephanie, 3 votes left. Next vote, Stephanie. That's 5 votes Barney, 4 votes Stephanie, 2 votes left. Next vote, the 8th person voted out of Survivor Survivor 50, the first member of our jury, Barney. That's 6. That's enough to give me a torch. Well, I guess the real winners of this were Stacy, Sash, and Tracy because they got rid of Barney. They destroyed OG Purple's loyalty. And yeah, now they're going to be... Now, the trio are going to be able to go for a while. I think Stephanie made a pretty good recovery from that tribal. And Brett, as much as he's just doing what his OG tribe wants, or even if he wasn't, regardless, he is in a good spot now because no one's going to vote Brett out. Not right now, at least. It wouldn't make sense to vote him out. So, yeah, that's great for him, Yeah. Hold on, we're going to go back. What were the votes? We're going to see. Ready? Vanu, Dominic, Figgy, JD. Okay, well, Vanu's gone. Dominic, I figured was on the bottom. Figgy, she's on the bottom. Yes, because she doesn't have anyone. JD, I guess his original tribe just throw him to the wolves. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. Either way, Dominic, Figgy, and JD. I mean, this 7 is not solid. Absolutely not. I think this 7 is instantly going to break up. I think it was just a voting block. I don't believe it was an alliance. That's my prediction, at least. But it's also just depending on who makes the move. And who knows? Alliances could change and break up, and new ones could be formed. So who knows? Anything could happen. Stephanie finds the idol. Well, that's nice for her. Nothing has changed. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Okay, yeah. Tracy doesn't like Dominic. So Dominic's probably in trouble. Figgy and Dominic probably both feel on the bottom, so they're probably like, let's work together, which, I mean, yeah, that's what I'd probably do too. Or try to do, at least. Even if, obviously, I'd be trying different options, but that would be one of the options I'd be trying to do. Next, Tracy and Brett. Yeah, I think Brett needs to just make those connections at this point. And LJ and Dominic have been like rivals since day one, so nothing has changed. Dominic wins immunity, and he really needed that immunity too, because I genuinely think Dominic was in a lot of fucking trouble. The problem is, even if Dominic gets to the end, I feel like it's going to be hard for him to explain what he deserves to do to win. Dominic and LJ find something have a lasting impact. That's... Whoa. Okay. Shit. Stephanie Stacy fight. Wow. Crazy. Alicia and Dominic would have been tight for a while. They pull it Biggie. Okay. Alright. Shit. Brett wants JD gone. I don't know if that is a good decision for Brett at all. I think that's one of the worst decisions for him. I mean, maybe his mindset is like, if I do it with JD, people are going to want to take me further instead of JD, but even that is risky. Like, I don't know how I feel about that decision. Anyways, moving on. Dominic wants Sash gone. I mean, out of anyone, I do think it's about time Sash, Stacy, Tracy. Like, if everyone was smart, that would be the three to probably break up, but it's really hard to tell. Yeah, so the trio wants to get rid of JD. Interesting. And Brett is on board from the looks of it. So I guess their OG tribe is trying to stick together. Who knows what Stephanie is doing. LJ and Alicia want to pull this blind sight on Sash. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, but Alicia told Dominic and Biggie she wants to do JD. Wait a sec. Is Alicia lying to her number one? I don't know how I feel about that. Either she's burning two people, one of them's gonna stick around. I don't know, Alicia. I feel like getting rid of Sash is a good move for you. I don't know why you're trying to protect Sash. The three names. I feel like getting rid of JD is not what's best for the group. It's best for the trio for sure. It's good for Brett, but I mean, when I say it's good for Brett, I know literally a minute ago I said I don't know if it's good for Brett. When I say I think it's good for Brett now, I think it's more of just like here's the thing. I can't tell if it's good for Brett or not. I think my mindset is who can you beat, and I think he can beat JD. But anyways, or has a chance of beating JD over some other people where, like, if I'm Brett, I can't beat Sash or Stacy, or probably Tracy, to be honest. But anyways, I think JD is in trouble, which is devastating for him, but whatever. So we got Trump Council, and Sash, Stacy, and Tracy think they run the show with Brett and Stephanie, which they probably do. Let's be real, they have been for a while. But Dominic, LJ, and Alicia are like talking about possibly nipping this shit. Same with Biggie. Like, I don't know. Like, if these two could put their guns down, and Alicia can get these people all on the same page, like, that would be pretty big. But then again, is that the right decision for Alicia? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Next. Okay, so we start, and first vote, Sash. Second vote, JD. And yes, no one played idols, anyways. Third vote, Stephanie. That's one vote Sash, 1 vote JD, 1 vote Stephanie, 7 votes yes. 4th vote Sash. That's 2 votes Sash, 1 vote JD, 1 vote Stephanie, 6 votes yes. Next vote JD. That's 2 votes JD, 2 votes Sash, 1 vote Stephanie, 5 votes remaining. Next vote JD. That's 3 votes JD, 2 votes Sash, 1 vote Stephanie, 4 votes yes. Next vote JD. That's 4 votes JD, 2 votes Sash, 1 vote Stephanie, 3 votes yes. Next vote. That person voted off Survivor 50, second member of our jury, JD. That's 5. That's enough. You give Maria talk. JD, tribe is spoken. Time for you to go. All right. So, by looking at this, all right, JD votes Stephanie. He's gone. LJ and Alicia voted Sash. Maybe in case of an idol. I'm not really sure. Regardless, I don't know. I mean, logically, Alicia, LJ, Dominic, Stephanie. No. Yeah. Alicia, LJ, Dominic, Biggie, and potentially Stephanie or Brett could make a move, but like, I don't know. Either way, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if the final 3 is Sash, Stacey, and Tracy, the season will Yoki feel. Like, because this season's been kind of predictable. I mean, the Desiree tribal was a bit of a blindside, but past that, I know this season's been very, pretty generic, pretty boring, but anyways. This trio and this trio are going to go at it eventually. So we'll see. The thing is, their third wheel isn't as loyal, so that could be something to look out for. Stacey and Sash, yes, they're bonding, yes. Tracy doesn't bond with Dominic. That's nice. Tracy and Biggie aren't connecting, whatever. Biggie and Dominic bond, okay. We have Tracy and Stephanie. They're debating each other for a while. You know what? Maybe they would vote off Tracy, Dominic, Alicia, who else? Biggie, Stephanie. Yeah, that could be the group that sort of dips on this self-appointed majority. LJ. Yeah, that group of Dominic, Biggie, Alicia, LJ, and Stephanie. That could be the 5 that fucks the other 3 over. Oh, the 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. Anyways. I don't really care about reward. Brett wins immunity. I mean, look, I think Brett was probably safe regardless, but good for him, immunity is important, so we continue on. Alicia leaves the Lights, and any hope that this season was not a steamroll is gone, in my opinion. I think, based on this, I think Stacey, Tracy, and Sash are probably just going to keep picking off the minority. Do I think they're going to be the final 3? Probably not, because Tracy seems to be open to flipping. This entire time, Tracy has seemed to be, sort of with the majority, but, she's kind of, open to shit. Look at this. They're possibly targeting Tracy, and Tracy could easily get sniped out here, but at the same time, I feel like if you're Dominic, or, put it this way, Dominic and Figgy, right? They're coming. I don't even know how to describe it. Put it this way. Tracy, if they get rid of Tracy, the game opens up. And I think out of Tracy, Stacey, and what's the other person's name? Jesus Christ. Stacey, Tracy, and Sash. Tracy is probably the easiest to get out. but she's also the most likely to flip on the trio, which means it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like, do we want her out or do we want to try and flip her? Like, I say try and do both, but that's just me. Disney Irons wants to vote Dominic off, which valid. LJ and the ECR are finally wanting to get rid of Dominic. I mean, look, fair enough. I just don't see how LJ pulls a win from this season. It definitely feels like Ayesi is going to beat him or turn on him, but whatever. Dominic and Figgy want Tracy Gaunt, which that's nice, but I don't really see how that has any relevance. Like, they can attempt for sure, but the problem is neither of them have power. That's the problem. The problem is Alicia and LJ, two people who you guys kind of need, are not willing to do it. Stephanie, I think, would vote Tracy, but that's still not enough. You know, you need 5, and they don't have it. They don't have 5. They have 3. So, yeah, safe to say, we all know what's going to happen. I mean, Tracy's going to get a few votes, but she'll be all right. First vote, Dominic. Second vote, Tracy. Third vote, Tracy. That's 2 votes Tracy, 1 vote Dominic. Fourth vote, Dominic. 2 votes Dominic, 2 votes Tracy. 5 votes, next vote, Dominic. That's 3 votes Dominic, 2 votes Tracy, 4 votes remain. Next vote, Tracy. That's 3 votes Dominic, 3 votes Tracy, 3 votes Next vote, Dominic. That's 4 votes Dominic, 3 votes Tracy, 2 votes Next vote. Logically, you would think it's a 5-4, right, to get rid of Tracy, but it's not. 10 person voted off Survivor 15, the third member of our jury. Dominic, that's 5. That's enough. You need to bring me a torch. 6-3. As I predicted, the 3 of them, Stephanie, Dominic, and Figgy, voted together, and everyone else voted for Dominic. Dominic, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. And we are down to the final 8. And, wow. This has been a drag, to say the least. I mean, let's be real. It's definitely dragged out. And, this is really the last or second last chance anyone has of breaking up this trio. So, if the other 5 people in the game don't want them to be the final 3, I would probably flip. Anyways, so, and if I'm tracing Sash, I'd be thinking, you know what, maybe Stacey will beat us. But anyways, so Tracy hates Figgy. That's nothing new. They feel unbreakable relationship. Okay, well that's different. Brett and LJ bond, Alicia and Stephanie bond. Okay, so these are the 2 connections I'm mainly looking out for. Brett and LJ, Stephanie, and Alicia. I don't really care about this. The reward is a secret extra vote. Okay. Crap. Alicia wins an extra vote. That's powerful. Figgy wins immunity. Well, with an extra vote, I think it's definitely possible to fit the game on 10 now. I mean, it was possible regardless, but now it's even more likely that one of the 3 are going home, but they could also just continue picking up the minority. Alright. Stephanie has the idol. Alicia has an extra vote. Brett wants Sash gone. Finally, Brett is like, I'm done with staying OG Tribe strong. Like, thank you for keeping me in the loop, but like, undone. Because remember, earlier in the season, Brett was on the bottom meter the entire time from his original tribe, and he was like, fuck my tribe. But then he got swapped, and he could have dipped, but he was like, no, I shouldn't dip. This isn't the time to dip. But now that the numbers are getting to it, he's like, I can dip now. Like, I'm allowed to dip. LJ, because I want to try and win this game. LJ and Stacy. Okay, LJ wants Stacy gone. Figgy wants Stephanie gone. I don't know why Figgy wants the fourth person in that gone, but that's, I'm guessing, a bad read. Yes, I don't understand that, Figgy. Like, if I were you, I would break up the trio. But whatever. Well, I mean, it obviously depends what her individual relationships are with everyone else. If she has the weakest relationship with Stephanie, then vote Stephanie out, obviously. But anyways. Like, my mindset is always, like, vote off all the people who aren't your allies. And then once you're down to your allies, then you can vote off the biggest threats. And then get to the end and beat whoever you see next to. Take the easiest people so you win. That's my mindset. That's how I play games, like orgs and reality, stuff. So like LRGs, all that crap. Anyways, we continue on. Yeah, so the trio wants Stephanie gone, which I don't think is a good read. I understand LJ want Brett gone, which I don't get that. Like, Brett is willing to work with y'all. But once again, I guess everyone just doesn't give a shit about the trio. Like, once again, they're all just like, we could, but like, we won't. It's like, okay. So we start, and there's Stephanie has an idol, Alicia has an extra vote, Figgy has an idol, and Alicia has an extra vote that she uses, but of course it means nothing. Why? Because Alicia, it wouldn't probably make a difference. Yeah, you're still voting off someone who you shouldn't get rid of, in my opinion, but whatever. Stephanie plays the idol. First vote, Stephanie, does not count. Second vote, Stephanie, does not count. Third vote, Stephanie, does not count. Shit! Oh my god, she's about to pull it off. Fourth vote, Stephanie, does not count. Alright, so she played her idol correctly, so Brett is probably gone. Fifth vote, Stephanie, does not count. Sixth vote, Brett. Seventh vote, Brett. That's 2 votes, Brett. 2 votes left. The 11th vote. No, 11th vote, Jesus. The 11th person voting off Survivor 50 and the 4th member of our jury. Brett. That's 4. That's enough to give me a torch. Well, that's 3. That's enough. But anyways, technically 4 votes. 5-4. Close vote. And Brett went home. So. Yeah, so. Okay, so yeah. Alicia used her extra votes to vote Brett twice. Well, anyways, you could say she played it correctly, but no, she didn't. But Stephanie played the idol correctly. Brett is gone. Alicia basically just wasted her extra vote. And, in my opinion, at least. And now, the worst part of all is the trio, Tracy, Stacey, and Saj, are still in the game, which I don't know how. I literally have no idea how to start the game. What are they doing? I don't understand. So this is the last time before the 3 could basically try to ride or die this shit, you know? This is the last time. So if I'm these 4 other people, like, I would be trying to break them up. But we'll find out. So we see the alliances. Nothing has changed. Oh my god. This is crazy. Reading these doesn't even matter at this point because we know the dynamics. We know what's happening. It's just about how do we... What's going to happen, guys? And I don't know. I have a fear, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, cool. I guess they get a helicopter ride. Anyways. LJ wins immunity. Secret advantage. Show event. LJ is impressing the team. This is merge. That means nothing to me. Even if it's pre-merge, it means nothing to me. Unless I'm impressing the team, which makes them want to keep me around, which in that case, that's different. But anyways. Biggie and LJ bond. It has a lasting impact. LJ makes an announcement with Stacy and Tracy. Hold up. Oh my god. That he's trying to replace Sage. Is that what's going down? LJ's like, Alicia, I really love you, but like, nah. I don't know. Maybe that's not what's happening. Tracy is starting Biggie. LJ's tugging Stephanie. Oh, never mind. The trio wants Biggie gone. LJ and Alicia want Biggie gone, and this trio wants Biggie gone. Oh, LJ's trying to do the jury management. Is that what he's trying to do? Okay, shit, he just bonded with Biggie right before he's about to send her the jury. That's fucked. But like, that's also a pretty good strategy, to be honest. Anyways. So we keep going on. And once again, surprisingly, the trio's names are not in danger, which is insane because they're about to be going into a final six. Anyways, we start off. No idols. First vote. Stephanie, second vote. Biggie. One vote Stephanie, one vote Biggie. Third vote. Biggie. So that's 2 votes Biggie, 1 vote Stephanie, 4 votes yeah. Next vote. Biggie. That's 3 votes Biggie, 1 vote Stephanie, 3 votes yeah. Next vote. The 12th person voted off Survivor 50 and the 5th member of our jury. Biggie, that's 4. That's enough. You need for me to touch. Biggie has spoken. Time for you to go. We are down to final 6 and my winner pick, who I thought was going to win, aka Biggie, originally is gone. Alicia is still in there, which is not surprising. Sash is still in, well, Stacy is still in there. But anyways, that's crazy. That's bad. Damn. So we continue on, and alright, hold up. Alright, Sash finds an idol. Of course he finds an idol. As soon as there's any chance for Stacy and Tracy to betray Sash, he finds the idol because, you know, trio is strong. Oh my god. Alright, we continue on. The trio is pretty rock solid. Sash is the least loyal, which is insane. Tracy seems to be more loyal to this trio than she is to this trio. So that makes me think Tracy wants to go to the end with, or wants to turn on Sash eventually. Anyways. But Stacy is more loyal to Sash than Tracy is. So she wants to go with Sash. We continue on, and LJ is still double dealing with Alicia, with these 2 girls behind Alicia's back. So that's fun, I guess. we continue on, and okay, Sash and Stacy find a mutual spin. Well, they're tight. They've been tight since the start. They've been tight for a while. That's different. But no, they're tight now. Has anything changed? Stacy and Alicia are bond, I guess. That's different. It's mutual. Alicia bonds with Stephanie and Sash. I guess Alicia realizes that her position is probably not the best, so she's trying to make those inroads. Either way, regardless. Alicia wins immunity, and the target, Tracy wants Stephanie gone. Stephanie wants Tracy gone. Alicia wants Stacy gone. Damn. The trio wants Stephanie gone. Alicia and LJ want Stephanie gone. And these three want Stephanie gone. Yes, Stephanie's gone. We had the tribal. Sash plays his idol because he's scared, which totally valid. First vote, Sash does not count. Second vote, Stephanie. One vote, Stephanie. Vote, Stephanie. Two votes, Stephanie. Three votes, Stephanie. The 13th person voted off Survivor 50 and the 6th member of our jury, Stephanie. That's 3. That's enough. You never me a torch. I don't understand, guys. We are down to final 5. And what is happening, honestly? I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. But anyways, so we continue on. Yeah, these are the answers. These are the relationships, but none of them have changed at all. We know who wants to work together. We've seen this season. Anyways, Sash wins the reward and takes his 2 girls. Fair enough. Stacy wins immunity. Well, it's final 5, so the trio could easily just vote the minority of what they want now if they actually stay strong and win the immunities. Anyways, we'll continue on. Tracy wants Alicia. Considers Alicia a threat. LJ wants Sash gone. The trio wants Alicia gone. LJ and Alicia want Sash gone. Those 3 want Alicia gone, yeah. So it's basically like LJ and Alicia are just sitting ducks at this point, and there's nothing they can do about it. But you know. So we go into tribal. First vote, Alicia. Second vote, Alicia. Third vote, Sash. Fourth vote, Sash. That's 2, 1 vote. Yeah, the 14th person voted off Survivor 50, the 7th member of our jury. Alicia. That's 3. That's enough. You need to bring me a torch. Alicia, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. And we are down to 3. We're down to 3. Oh, sorry. Fuck, I can't count. No, we're down to 4, not 3. Oh my god. It's been a long day, guys. So we're down to 4. And my instant reaction is like, oh my god. Not this being the final 4. Can you imagine if this was actually the final 4 of Survivor 50? That'd be crazy. Anyways, then we continue on. And yeah, Sash and LJ are both Trace. Basically, these 2 want to go to the end together, from what I figured. These 2 want to go to the end with each other. But these 2 want to go to the end with each other. So, yeah, it's weird. Anyways, these relationships don't matter. What's really going to be interesting is what happens. Sash has a strong bond with LJ. Well, that's nice, Sash. Because I think those 2 girls are going to ditch you. Tracy wins immunity. So this is the last tribal before final 3. So we're about to find out if they can stay trio strong. They want each other gone. It's official, guys. Alright. Sash wants LJ gone. LJ wants Sash gone. The trio wants LJ gone. And this 3 wants Sash gone. This is weird. It's fucking weird because we are about to be at the end. And I don't know how to feel. I personally have no idea how I feel about this. Because this has been going on for almost 3 hours. 3 hours. We've been going for almost 3 hours. And I'm just like, obviously trying to get to the end of it, but just get inside. But anyways, so we keep going. First vote, Sash. Oh, second vote, Sash. Third vote, LJ. There's a behind side. Fourth vote, LJ. That's 2-2. Revote time. Someone betrayed. No, we know who betrayed. It was Tracy. Next vote, Sash. Next vote, LJ. We have a tie. We are going to fire making. We are literally going to fire making. Yeah, this is crazy. Alright. On the count of 5. Ready? I will reveal who is eliminated and who wins the fire making challenge. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And LJ uses and is the final member of our jury. LJ, you need it for me to talk. LJ, tribe has spoken. She disagreed. She tried to vote for Sash, but it backfired. And the trio made it to Final 3. In conclusion, this season was a fucking steamroll. I was worried about that, but here we are. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really surprised, let's be honest. So, I mean, gameplay-wise, Stacey really fucking ran this entire season. She was only ever mentioned as a target maybe once. From day one, she bonded with both of them, made a duo with both of them, made a trio with both of them. She really was the figurehead of the CIA. She took control of her original tribe since day one and really just fucking dominated the entire game. Like, and even when there was no opposition, the opposing side just crumbled on itself. They just couldn't get their shit together. So, I mean, full credit to Stacey, honestly. No matter if she wins or uses this BRANTSTEELE, she fucking killed it, alright? Anyways, we continue on. He has the power to eliminate a juror. Oh no. This twist is garbage. I've never liked this twist, but people do it, so... I hope he removes the first juror, because that's the fairest thing. Damn it. Figgy was removed. Hopefully that doesn't actually impact the vote. Hopefully it's like unanimous or something, because that would suck. I also would prefer if we actually have a second, first, and third case. I don't want it to tie. Like, I don't want it to be like 2, 2, 3, because that... Look, I'm one of those people who's like, you cannot tie a placement. You have to be one or the other. There's no team placement. You can't both come second. Like, I don't want that. But anyways. My God. This is rough. Just looking at the jury, it's like, wow, you guys really had so many opportunities to get this free out, and you just didn't. like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Tracy, your game just wasn't that good this season. Like, you had so many opportunities to to do something, but coming here, it's like you wanted to use at the end. That's just usually funniest. But I don't fuck with that. Stacey, your game is like, how do I describe it? Stacey's game is like, well, in this BRANTSTEELE correction. Just the way she played, as I said before, she really dominated the entire season. The problem with Sash is, just like Survivor Nicaragua, I feel like he was a driving force behind a lot of the decisions, but he was definitely kind of second in command. It felt like a lot of the time, and Yeah, no one's gonna vote for second in command. Like, I know I wouldn't. I'd vote for who actually ran the fucking alliance. If they're sitting next to you, obviously. But if you cut them, then that's different. Which he didn't. But either way, so we start. Alright. So we are here for the finale vote. First vote, Sash. Second vote, Tracy. Third vote, Stacy. Fourth vote, Tracy. Fifth vote, Sash. Sixth vote, Stacy. That's 2-2-2. 3 votes left. Oh my god. Of course they're gonna be fucking dramatic. Next vote, Stacy. The winner of Survivor Season 50, Stacy. Woohoo! Desiree wins fan favorite, which totally deserved after the way you got voted off by Q. Holy shit. This is the placements of everyone in the game. And here I am yet questioning myself. What a shit show of a season that was. I am sorry to every single person who just watched this, but also you're welcome. I just entertained you for like 3 hours. But jokes aside though, like, from episode 1, I mean, that 3 really did. I think it was like episode 2, 3, where the game just really started feeling. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not really surprised. Stacey did play a pretty strong game throughout the entire season. Definitely well deserved. I'm a little bit triggered that it was a 2-2-3. Like, as I said before, I really wish that, one, they didn't remove a juror because that literally impacts the vote and the decision that I don't want it to. And second, it's kind of cruel. Poor Vinny. She didn't make jury the first time. And then third, just in general, I want first, second, third, not tied second, tied third. No, we ain't doing that. Screw that. I'm gonna have to bring back Sash and Tracy for another season at some point and just be honestly, you guys are not tied. We're not doing that. Or one of you are gonna get voted off. Or one of you are gonna get second or third. But anyways, this whole season was weird because I don't know, it was weird because on the red tribe, even though it was more pinkish, I made it a pink color, but it turned into a reddish color. On the red tribe, every single time I tried to do anything, not I tried to do anything. On the red tribe, we started off pretty rough, and then we got into it was a Pagani. Not Pagani, it was an Oolong, and I kept using it. And then after the first trap, I was like, oh, yo, this season's going to be possibly good. And then after, it was just like a slow crawl to the end. It started getting worse. And then after we got to the desert, after the cave tribal, it got more interesting. But as soon as it got more interesting, it instantly went back to, I don't want to say garbage, but it was not great. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. Dropped my mic. Anyways, we went back to it. And then afterwards, look at the Victoria vote, 5-1. Boring. Anyways, we had 2-1, 5-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. Bro, this pretty much sucked. It's pretty much horrible. How awful. But I mean, it was interesting to see if Stacey could continue her reign of terror, which she did. And she definitely gave herself justice for her first time, I said I thought she had potential and she just proved it. So now she's just going to get on the show again and actually do that, I think another thing to talk about is Sash once again is using funniest, which is just devastating. Poor Sash. Sash, I'm so sorry, dude. hopefully when you come back for Survivor 50 and this is the cast, if you don't actually, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. It was rough. Tracy definitely aligned herself with the right people. I think the problem was she didn't know when to strike. Like, she knew when to work. She aligned herself with good people. The problem is she didn't know how young to align herself with good people, and she didn't know when it was time to do her own thing. Because, like, for a while, it felt like she was definitely just kind of following people in this branch still, and she was. And there was a few times when I was like, oh, she might pivot, she might pivot. Oh, she might get blindside before she attempts to make a move. But no, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and that sucks. But it is what it is. I think Elja's game was very like. I mean, look, in hindsight, it makes more sense why LJ got a young screen time, and we understood his relationship with people like Dominic and Alicia a lot better, and even like Banu. But the problem was like, I don't know. I just felt like, I mean, LJ went from being a pariah literally episode 1 to debatably the underdog of the season, right? So, full props to LJ, honestly. Like, that is definitely a story. He did better than he did in Kagian. That's another thing to put under his belt. So, good to him. And it went out in Firemaking, which is one of the best ways to go out because he got pretty much the entire journey. And I don't know what the journey match could have been, but he can always claim he was robbed. Alicia, I genuinely thought she was going to win. Like, I was like, outside of Stacy, and I was pretty convinced she was her. I was convinced she was a front runner because I was like, her relationships are being highlighted so much, And in hindsight, I did think LJ's relationships were highlighted a bit, but I didn't say it because I was like, nah, it's not that big of a deal. But no, it was because LJ was the main character of his original tribe. And Alicia was like his right hand person, I think the problem with Stephanie is that she spent literally the entire season trying to be fourth in this alliance. she spent half of the pre-merge. She spent 1/3 of the game sucking up to the trio. She then, and on the bottom where she had no option, she then spent the second half, just, I don't know, not doing much, just kind of going with the flow. And then she got to merge, and she just sat there. she literally just sat there, and yet it happened. And I was like, that sucks. I think another thing to talk about is Figgy's game. Figgy's game this season, I mean, first of all, she did better than she did last time as well. I think the problem with Figgy's game is that on this BRANTSTEELE was, and I said, I thought she was going to be a front runner, but she wasn't. And either way, I think overall, Figgy played a pretty decent game. The problem was, obviously, she just ran out of allies, you know what I mean? I'm surprised she got out of the Desiree Tribal Council. I really am. I genuinely thought she was good because I was like, it doesn't make sense for T to vote her off, to vote Desiree off. But he did. And then not soon after, she paid the price for it, But she was a good shield for Figgy in a sense. But overall, Figgy really did play the best she could with the situation she was given. So I give full props to Figgy in this BRANTSTEELE. Brett was another one who was waiting to make a move and waiting. And then the second he was about to make a move, either it didn't work or he just got taken out before it could happen, which is a bit devastating because I thought for someone who was playing on the bottom pretty much the entire time he was in the season, in this BRANTSTEELE, I genuinely thought Brent was playing a pretty strong game. Yeah, in his positioning, but obviously it just depends. Dominic, I genuinely thought him and Manu were fucking gonna run their tribe, but they never went to a tribal council. So even now, I have no idea what could have happened. I think they were in a good spot originally, but then after that 9 to 14 days of the game, their positioning started to change, and then 9 to 13 days of the game, they were kind of shaky a little bit, and then after that, they kind of got back into it, but then once Victoria went home, once Victoria went home, they kind of lost a lot of leverage because they kind of had to they voted off someone who they probably shouldn't have voted off, but they didn't really have much of a choice because she was kind of coming for them. The reason why she was coming for them was because they kind of needed to cue her into other plans. But whatever. I think another thing to talk about is JD. This dude, I mean, we didn't really get much from him this season. I mean, he kind of flopped this BRANTSTEELE, but he did better than he did in 41. So we'll give him that props at least. That's something. Bonner, I mean, he did better than he did in 46. The problem was, I mean, he definitely started off strong. I think the problem was his tribe was just divided. His 6-person tribe was just not on the same page. They were winning the challenges, but they were really divided. And the problem is you guys can win all the challenges you want in the world, but if you're divided, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter what you do, because no matter what you're going to use, or you're going to get, people are going to want to break you up. Another thing is he was so public about everything, and he went home with an idol in his pocket as well, which was devastating. That's the game, As he found an idol this time instead of being handed a fake. Well, no, that was Jessica. Sorry. I just found an idol. He didn't just beg. He didn't. We didn't see him banging Kenzie, there wasn't a Kenzie next season. This season, who was banging, but not very well. But anyways, Q, I think the problem with Q was he really, you could say his using move was voting off Desiree, but honestly, I don't really think it would have made much of a difference. I mean, he got, idled out, so it's pretty rough. Anyways, whatever. I mean, he did have a lot of power. I'll give him that. I guess my only thing with that is if I would like to, if he wasn't actual player in 50 and this was the actual season, I would ask him. I'd be so why did you side with Biggie over Desiree? Because I still, I'm going to sleep tonight and I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it. I'm going to be why did he? Because it didn't explain, the BRANTSTEELE didn't explain to me why he made that shit. And I was trying to figure it out and I just couldn't. I couldn't figure it out. I was I don't understand that motive. But whatever. Victoria, she didn't add much to the season, but I mean, I was happy she came back. She didn't really, she just didn't vibe with anyone or try it, I guess. It just happened, which is fine, dude, it's totally fair. Everyone else just got in with other people really early. She didn't, and it was kind of oh, that's rough. Desiree robbed. I don't understand the kid's decision. I'm not saying it lost him his game, but it lost yours. I mean, I was definitely curious to see how you would go on a comeback, and I think the problem with you is I don't understand where it went wrong. I don't understand what went wrong for you. I don't. It's just one of those things where I just don't get it. KM was a rough one, but honestly, the second he voted off Dan, I was honestly, you kind of did it to yourself because that was not a good decision for you. You put yourself in the minority, and I literally called it. I literally said what would happen, and then he literally got voted off next, and I was KM, no, you. Like, okay, yeah. But whatever. I think, yeah, KM definitely. Yeah, just when people are like, "Oh, I want KM back," I think this is definitely not the rerun that they thought they were going to get with KM. I mean, to be fair, I don't think KM's ever going to win if he ever plays again, because the Brits, not in Brits, but in Real Survivor, just because realistically, no one's going to want to sit next to him. But what are you going to do? Dan, I mean, he put up a hell of a fight. He idled someone out. that was interesting, I guess. The problem was, like, he just couldn't get off the bottom, which. But I can't fault him too much because he did try to make the right move. It just didn't work out for him. But what are you gonna do? Sydney, honestly, she's the one who was probably the least memorable on the cast in this BRANTSTEELE, because I just don't really remember what happened, to be honest. Like, I think I just was like, I mean, she wasn't in the alliance. She was trying to target someone in the trio. She was one of the only people who actually tried to make a stand against the trio, and it backfired horribly. I mean, I think she ended up voting Stephanie that tribal, but regardless, like she talked about wanting to target one of the trio. So either way, that was rough. And then finally we have Marissa, which like, no, you didn't get your justice. I invited you back for a reason. No, I'm so upset. Like, damn. But I mean, if you're gonna go out first, you might as well get idled out. You know, like you might as well go out in like a fucking blaze of glory. Like, might as well. I can't bother too much. I mean, she did vote in the majority. She just got idled out. So that happens. I mean, you're not gonna be able to prevent everything in the life. Is what it is. But it did start the season off strong, you know. It did make it entertaining from day one. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And till next time, peace out. And if anyone has any recommendations, let me know.